in front of the city of the dead. You made your way south from the Grinning Lion Tavern after being accosted by Mr. Shine and Barbarossa, and you quickly fled the scene after slaying those two assassins and two others who were apparently contracted to follow you and make sure you left the city today. But instead, you turned the tables on them and killed them before they got an opportunity to actually kick you out.
This is so bad the way this one.
You murder hobos.
Evan started it.
It was a pretty big murder hobo move, I can't deny it.
I mean,
I did nothing. I don't think I hit anyone.
Yeah. So,
You're all murderers.
so somebody I remember did search the bodies after.
it was
Like,
me and
kind of-
Emin, both of
Yeah,
us.
kind of like real quickly, right? Well, Kareem, you did find on the priest, the guy who primarily was facing off against Zorana. You actually found like a small pouch of like tiny diamonds.
Oh, $300 worth?
300 gold worth. Yeah.
How did you know that? I don't know, it's weird.
I don't know.
You like read my mind. So yeah,
Gold,
just had to throw that in there for you guys.
Nice, nice.
Oh, that looks great. I think I know something I could do with that.
Do you want the Stormbar? I found this on the body. Oh, here you go.
These diamonds, yeah, they look great. Why, thank you.
Keep us alive.
Don't keep it on your lap while you fall asleep.
Yep, I love my lesson. No more napping in big cities, okay? It was my first time in a city.
Can't blame me. Can't blame
City alleys are not good places for naps.
me. No.
All right. So you quickly make your way south, and within an hour, you find yourself at the gates to the city of the dead. So what you can see, even though Kareem has already been here, I'll re-describe what it kind of looks like. It's a walled enclosure that basically rests on the eastern edge of the trades ward, and it's essentially the cemetery for the entire city. And its size is so large that it makes a ward all its own. You see that the City of Dead has park-like green lawns and white marble tombs that essentially dominate the entire ward itself. It seems really peaceful, and from what you could tell, there are a number of lit instruments, kind of like lamps and other candles that continuously burn, but are also manually maintained. And there's a symbol on all of these instruments that indicates that it belongs to a very specific guild, which I believe you found out last time, the name of it, which was the Guild of Chandlers and Lamplighters.
Yep.
So there are a number of interesting sites if you want to check them out. If I recall, you did actually see a couple of them yourself, Kareem, when you were kind of like wandering around.
Mm-hmm.
But your specific mission here is to find...
Merna?
Does anybody remember? Anyone?
Merna?
Thestryl Mellardin
Oh, wait.
Right.
Why do I
Right.
remember Merna?
of the Harpers.
All right.
Well, we have to find.
Oh.
I don't remember.
We have to
Oh,
find the
Tomb of Merna. Yeah.
Wait, I do have it written down. Merna, yeah. Myrna's tomb is where
Oh,
Thestryl
that.
That's what we're looking for.
Mellardin is.
That's correct. That is exactly correct, right? So, now's your last chance. If you decide that you're ready to leave, you can enter the City of the Dead and go. But you have to find the tomb, obviously. But otherwise, if you wanted to do other things, now's your last chance to get them done.
Oh, Zinfel, did you have that sending stone on you?
Oh, well,
Or-
we could
or
borrow
Emin.
it from Emily.
Or Emin? I don't know who's holding it.
He actually has it, but we could borrow it.
Yeah, so I'm going to say that Emin, because he's not here, he stayed behind. He went to go take care of something else. He was very mysterious and secret about it, but he did not come with you guys.
To leave?
That's right.
Okay.
All right.
And in terms of having the sending stone on his possession, he never handed that off to anyone.
He still has it. So we don't have it, and I don't have that sending spell. I just learned it, so I don't have it prepared.
Well, we can do it. We
Well,
can do it from
well-
afar anyway. So we
Right.
could tomorrow start the process of trying to get this meeting.
Yeah.
Whoa, sorry, those are a lot of big words. I'm confusing myself. I'm speaking too clearly. I feel like a
So are
razor's edge
we
after
leaving
that.
then?
I guess let's go.
Sounds
Not
good
much
to me.
we can do from here.
Okay. So
I'll lead the way.
All right. So with Kareem leading the way, you enter into the City of the Dead. It's interesting to walk around in here because it's kind of very peaceful and quiet, but at the same time, you do see commoners visiting, dead relatives or whatever the case is. But also some of the other buildings are, they do stand out, and you do see like a vast mausoleum with a row of low steps that leads up to high metal gates as you pass by a sign that says the House of the Homeless.
This place is...
Ignoring that for now, you continue on. You find what looks like a bearded, robed mage, who apparently looks like he's probably 70 years old or so. He appears human, but it's a statue of him, and it stands atop these concentric steps that seem to face west with his hands outstretched toward the city. And he's got like a huge smile on his face for some reason.
Is that the one I touched, or was that a different one?
That's a different one.
Oh, okay. Can I touch this one? Or is it too far up the stairs?
Sure. I mean, you go up to it and you notice that the steps are lit up by rows of unlit torches, which apparently probably are turned on at nighttime at some point. But
I
it's
touched
in
the
a
statue.
sure. You walk up and you touch a statue, and it's a statue.
Nice.
For some reason, you kind of feel happy about it, but you're not really sure why. But it's clear to see after like 15 minutes of wandering around that this place is very confusing. It's nearly a maze. The streets and alleys that make up the City of the Dead, which are composed of above ground mausoleums, are a mishmash of unorganized roads, and it's clear, like, if any of you have ever been in New York, where like most of the streets, if you're not on the avenues, are named, like especially in the Lower East Side, they're like named after like just people or other names. So it's like really hard to tell, because like for you to get to like Van Houston and some other street, like you wouldn't know what that is unless they were numbered in some way. And that's kind of like what the City of the Dead is like. Everything is just named after names. I know that Eric knows what I'm talking about.
Yeah, I get you.
I think I know what you're saying. So
This is confusing. Are there any people around?
Yes, you do see that the people that are here are mostly commoners, like I said, visiting their dead relatives. But in terms of actual people that seem like they belong here or that they work here, they are few and far between. One, you don't see any guards, traveling about or patrolling in any meaningful way. There were a couple of guards like at the gate to the city itself, but they just let you in. So that strikes you as a little bit odd that they aren't patrolling and making sure people don't grave rob. Well, maybe it's because it's daytime. Number two is that you do see that there are a number of elderly priests of Kalimvor. So Kalimvor's symbol is an upraised skeletal hand holding a balance, and he's the neutral god of the dead. He's not evil in any way. So they're tending to tombs. They tend to like tombstones to the Muslims themselves. They keep the area clean, and perhaps even act as guides to visitors. So nearby, you actually do see kind of like an old gray, stooped man with a symbol of Kalimvor like heavy around his neck and like a rope tied up around his waist, just shuffling along, and he seems to be going somewhere, but you can stop him if you like.
Yeah, I flag him down and say, "Howdy, Father."
Yes. Can I help you, young boy?
Oh, you definitely could. Could you point me to the tomb of Merna?
He pulls out. He fishes out what looks like a pair of spectacles out of his pocket, and they're like the old style spectacles that kind of like fold in half. And and he puts them on his head as they rest, and he kind of strokes his beard. And he looks at you closer, and he says, "Oh, a priest of Mellar." He says, "Good day to you and your companions, I see. Are some sort of adventurers? Why would you want to go to the tomb of Merna?"
We're strippers.
What? He says, he looks really confused when you say that.
Don't mind it. We've had a confusing time.
You're here about the paint? You're stripping the paint off the tombs? Is that it?
Sure.
No.
Sure.
No.
We're,
with Thornburg saying sure and Zarata saying no, he looks even more confused now.
we are.
Look, it doesn't matter.
We just-
Oi!
We were told to seek out the tomb of Merna.
Why? It's not every day that armed men and women and an elk come into the gates of the dead seeking out a tomb. They're not grave robbers, are you?
No.
No, of course
Absolutely
She
not.
was important to us.
not. Ilmater would frown upon that
Oh,
very much.
Who is this person?
he says, she was important to you, you say? Oh,
Of course,
Yes.
Merna.
how so?
It's a family business. Don't worry about it.
Why don't you make me a deception?
Oh yeah. What is wrong with me? Oh no.
I don't think I believe you, but
Father, we were told to meet up with someone there, and that they would meet us by the tomb of Merna, so that's the only kind of direction that we got, and we have no direction here, so we'd appreciate the help.
We're good people.
Oh, we were murder hobos.
meet
Don't mention
someone. Very well. He looks at you and he takes your hand very gently and he this is at Zarana, and then he says, "Yes, child, very well. Let me think on it. Why don't you make me a persuasion check?"
Swazion. Where are you? Fuck.
We're doomed.
We need our face.
Let's just walk away from this. I don't know, guys.
I wish I could believe you, but no, I really don't think it's a good idea. I know where the tomb is, of course, but I just can't in good conscience lead you there.
No.
Oh, that's
You're
terrible shame.
armed to the teeth, and you said that you're strippers, and I'm just afraid that you'll desecrate the tombs in some way.
We're not strippers.
I think
How
you
about
should
this?
leave before I call the guards, you know.
What guards? Guards aren't around here. Where? Do you
He
see
looks at
guards?
you and he says, "Oh, there are guards."
Oh, I have a.
And he gives you like a wink, like a slow nod.
I'm taken aback.
Father, please, allow me. I can sanctify this land, make a zone where only truth can be spoken, and you can ask us if we're going to do anything bad.
Oh, really? He says, "I'm familiar with such spells. I have seen them used in my younger days." Make me persuasion.
Okay.
But given that you're, of a faith that he trusts, I'll give you advantage. Nice.
Oh,
God.
Very, very nice.
Right?
One of the graves fell over.
A tomb falls in
That
nearby
wasn't
distance.
us.
No.
We're
He says,
lucky.
very well. Fine. But go ahead and cast your spell, and I will ask your questions.
All right, so I cast.
That's great.
I know. I regretted this after I said it. But I cast a zone of truth.
All right. Sure. So here's the deal. Everybody needs to make a charisma saving throw at Thornbur's DC.
What's your DC?
It's 14.
Damn.
Yeah.
And then do I make
I
one too? Because I'm in the
You're in it,
zone.
I guess.
Yeah.
Did Winter make it?
Winter doesn't have to roll.
Winter made it.
Your lion eyes.
Yeah. All right, 1 second. Let me make a saving throw for this guy too. All right. My chat log. Come on. Okay. So, what's the DC? I'm sorry. 14?
14.
14.
Yep.
All right. All right, so anybody who's succeeded on the save, obviously, you're free to lie all you wish. He says, all right. So, now that the spell is cast, he looks at Thornburn and he says, why are you here?
I told you, we're here to meet someone at the tomb of Merna.
That's not a lie.
Very well. What business do you have with this person?
They're going to help us leave the city.
Leave the city through a tomb?
No. It's just where we're meeting them.
Very well.
We mean no harm, and we will not do any damage in the city of the dead. I am very respectful of these traditions, and I would not want to do anything to disturb them.
He scrutinizes you with a very suspicious look, and then he says, "Okay, I sense truth in your words. Very well. Please follow me then, and I will lead you there." So it seems like you've convinced the priest.
Thank you.
Oh, thank you, priest.
You're very kind.
So, shuffling slowly, because he's an old man, he does, after a few long minutes, of which you can talk to him if you like, he does start to lead you through the city of dead toward, deeper in toward the tomb.
Yeah,
But he
I
seems
just kinda
very
chat him
quiet.
up.
Like he's not, trying to make an effort to, to chat you up or ask any more questions or anything like that. He just seems like he wants to get this over with. But if you feel like talking to him, like I said, be my guest.
No, I just kind of ask him questions about things as we're walking through. Like,
Sure.
What's that big old statue?
Sure, he gives you some. He says, actually, the one that you, when you say that, you're actually looking at the one that Kareem touched before, and what you see is a huge 60-foot high, impressive stone sculpture that looks like it's a circle of 3 men and 2 women striking down trolls and goblins, orcs and barbarians, all of whom are falling backward and outward, all around them. You also notice that there is a griffin rider flying above the other warriors and spearing what looks like a minion of some other god. And you can anybody can make me a religion check if they like. You can tell that this person's some sort of like priest because of the way they're dressed, the mace in their hands, and the holy symbol around their neck that they're grasping. Although there's a spear going right through that guy's chest. So Zinfel and Kareem, even with disadvantage, Kareem, you would still know that this is a minion of Merkel, who was the previous god of the dead before Kelemvor took his place. And Merkel was definitely an evil god. Unfortunately, Thornburg, you have no idea. Or Zarana. Other religions weren't really high in your studies.
Yep. The way of Ilmater's all I need to know.
But this statue is huge. I mean, it is. You can see it. Even though it's in the distance, it's on the. You can see it towering above the mausoleums. So he gives you the story about that too. He says, "Oh, that's the Warriors' Monument," and he explains that after the Time of Troubles is when the Griffin Rider was added, because that's when Merkel was defeated by Kelemvor and he took his place. Does anybody know what the Time of Troubles is? He doesn't ask that question in the words that I used, but he's like, "Does anyone know what the Time of Troubles is?" And Zinfel's like, me. All right.
What is it?
It's a troubling time. when the god Ao cast the over god Ao cast all the other gods out of their celestial homes, and they were bound to mortal form upon the world, and a few of them slaughtered each other. Oh, it was terrible. There was no magic, or it was a little chaotic at the time.
Wait, don't I know something about this?
Yes, because at the mention of Ao, you guys now realize that a certain someone who's actually missing from the party right now has claimed to be a minister of Ao. Whatever that means. So this is the first time you actually make the connection that Emin is connected to, or claims to be like some sort of priest of Ao in some way, and Ao being the overlord of the gods.
Man, I thought that was some like fancy mayor or something.
Someone did
Fun
claim
Ed.
bullshit when Emin told them that.
I believe there was some kind of war. There was a war in my land when that happened. That whole thing.
Probably war in a lot of
I'm not
places, it
entirely
sounds
sure.
like.
Yes, yes, it happened to all the gods.
Well, when you say that, we're here, as you round the corner, and what you see is a rather nondescript looking, almost boxy shaped mausoleum, above ground mausoleum, made out of like gray plain stone that says at the top, Merna's tomb, in bold, square, blocky letters. And he says, well, I don't see anyone here. And he turns back to Thornbur.
Well,
Maybe
we
they're
came a
late.
little early.
Yeah, it
we
is
weren't
really
sh-
early
We
morning.
assumed we were gonna get lost, but we didn't know we were gonna be finding someone like you. So
Ah,
They didn't
Anyway.
Thanks for
actually
all
tell
the
us the
help.
time.
he says, you sure you don't want me to wait?
Wait, why would we want you to wait?
In case they don't come and then we have to get out of here. And then we're just lost again. Is what he means.
Which direction's the exit? Can you just point us?
Look for the large statue, the warrior's monument that we just passed, and then continue heading west.
Okay.
The easiest way out of the city of the dead is just to take the largest avenue. Eventually, if you just look for that, you'll find your way out of here, no problem.
Okay. That sounds good.
Thank you very much.
Thank you so much.
I'll bow to him.
It was
He nods.
great meeting you.
He nods. He says, good luck finding your way out of the city, then. Although he kind of
Yes.
squints his eyes and he looks at you and starts to shuffle away, but occasionally he looks over his shoulder back at your group until eventually he's out of sight.
Whew. We did it.
Oh man, I don't like lying.
Technically,
You're not gonna like
didn't
this next part.
really lie.
Oh no. I'm going to keep my mouth shut. Please do all the talking.
So
Sure.
when you look at the actual building itself, it seems really small, like incredibly small. Like at most, it's maybe about 8 feet by 8 feet. But there is a door, a wrought iron door that you can't see. Like there's no glass or anything on it, but you can clearly tell that there's some sort of lock on it. That obviously you don't have the key for, but it's difficult to tell if it's locked or not because you have to inspect it closer. And the door is like all pockmarked with age, and even like kind of like oxidized in some places, so you can see like green spots all over it.
All right, clear off the area and
Do you wanna-
investigate.
Do you want to
It-
touch?
I'll touch it.
Touch it.
All right, so you walk up to the door with your fellows behind you, and you're making an investigate check on it.
Mhm.
Sure. So go ahead.
18.
All right. So what you could tell is that it is not trapped mechanically in any way. Oh yes, and in terms of Winter, you think that you can get him inside, but it'd be a very, very tight fit through that door.
We'll push.
No, don't hurt him.
Is it locked?
Open it. Try to open it.
Yes. From what you could tell, the like the thing is totally locked. You can see that the keyhole is blocked, so you can't see inside in any way. And if you try to stick your lockpicks in there, you can, or push on the door, you can tell that it's not budging in any way.
So is this not a real door? It's just a fancy rusted.
Oh, it's a real door, from what you can tell. You can see hinges on it, and but you could tell that it fits very, very tightly, and you cannot see like underneath the door, or but you could definitely tell that there are signs that the door is a real door.
Well, maybe we should just knock.
Yeah, I was about to suggest that. Just knock, right?
That would
Okay.
be the friendly thing to do. If there was someone inside.
Hello.
Okay, when you knock on the door, it is solid, like I said, iron, and it is it kind of resounds loudly within the tomb itself. And just give me 1 second. I'm just going to check some numbers here. And Zinfel, you think you hear, and only Zinfel notices this, you think you hear the sounds of, how can I put this? Something clockwork inside click. It almost sounds like it clicks several times. And you hear something whir. There's a slight vibration that everybody feels, but only Zinfel actually heard the sounds.
I think it's working. Or a trap is about to go off.
Try and jiggle it again.
Try the doorknob.
I back up.
I'm sure it'll
So you
be
got-
fine.
So, like I said, there's no doorknob, but
Oh.
like there is a lock.
Oh,
So you can try to pick the lock if you like.
I'll try and pick it.
and you do that.
I keep watch behind us to see if that old man is still lurking.
Okay. As you're trying, and is this including the benefit of using mechanical lockpicks?
Yes.
Okay. So as you're trying, you can tell that this thing, despite your familiarity with locks, it seems much more difficult than you anticipated. And an 18, unfortunately, is not good enough.
Must be magic.
Do we have a dispel magic of some sort?
Not I.
I learned
Detect magic?
it, but I could do it tomorrow.
Is somebody going to be casting detect magic?
To someone.
I don't think anyone has that.
I could do it. I'll cast detect magic.
All right. Are you okay? So you begin to
Ritual.
cast detect magic, and you quickly can tell within a few moments that the door does radiate magic.
Guys, it's a magical door.
But
As you
iron-
concentrate on it, you can tell that it is abjuration magic.
It's that defensive kind of magic. My least favorite kind. Well, when it's against me.
What if we just try to bust it down?
But it's got
No,
defensive magic on it. We don't want that. Right?
Might hurt a little.
Not good.
Hammond would know what to do.
Interestingly enough, Emmons got a knock spell.
God damn it.
Lucky
All right.
for us.
Alright,
Dang,
alright, everybody get out of the way.
what are you
The
doing?
hardest part of an adventure, the door.
Alright.
I'm gonna
Move
try and knock
aside.
it down.
Use your
Alright,
head.
so what are you doing?
I just like take a running jump and put my shoulder into it. Try and knock it.
Don't hurt
Open.
yourself.
Ooh, all right. So you're gonna attempt to force the door open.
It was Kareem's idea. I want to make that clear.
Well, I didn't do it.
I have a crowbar if that doesn't work.
I think I do also.
It's
All right,
too late. I'm already running.
Give me a
Oh no.
because I need to look something up.
That's not good.
Actually, I'm gonna say, make me a strength ability check for now. Just straight up strength.
Nice.
Oh, that's really good.
That is very, very good.
My goodness. I believe in you.
Probably not good enough for a magical door, but
Unfortunately, no, it is not good enough for a magical door. You slam into it, and it does not budge at all, and it almost seems like you probably would have gone through a lesser door or maybe an unreinforced door, but some sort of force is preventing you from completely pushing it in.
Oh, yeah, that's not going to work.
And all you get is a sore shoulder from you slamming but nothing else happens. The door doesn't defensively lash out or magic sear you to a crisp or anything like that.
Does anyone think
Shit.
there might be a password?
Password.
A password.
did we get instruction? What was our instructions again?
There wasn't Wait.
There must have been some.
Only
something,
Zinfel
right?
knows. Zinfel, what did Lord Taliban say?
Go to the city of the dead, and
Okay. Okay.
Check.
there's somebody called Thestryl Mellardin.
Okay.
Say you're a harper. That's all I know.
Okay. What was her name?
Thestryl.
Thestryl?
Yes, like testicles,
Except not
Test-
testicles.
I use my armor, and I yell
Oh no.
on the top of my
Oh
lungs.
no.
Oh,
Thestryl!
What are
Aside
you?
from being very loud, you actually see some birds in the distance, fly off.
Oh,
And everybody kind of like puts their hands up to their ears briefly. Nothing immediately happens. You don't see the door move. You don't hear a click. Nothing. But you probably now need to do something quickly because if anybody comes to find out who made that noise, they're gonna see you guys standing in front of the tomb.
can I try picking the locks again? I don't know.
password.
Yeah. I will allow you to pick again.
It's gotta be like a Harper password. Anyone know anything about the Harpers? Harper 123.
Oh wow, you can get a 20.
All
Not
right.
high enough.
I don't know
Not
about
for
for a
magic.
magical
Not
lockpick.
for magic. I need the advantage.
Probably, yeah. I don't know.
Okay.
Dang.
So as you're sticking your lockpick in it, you can tell that that it is actually good enough to succeed. You actually hear a click, and then the door suddenly like slightly opens, and you would expect to like smell a lot of stale air and maybe dust like come out of the tomb or anything like that. But it actually smells fresh, and also you don't see any dust come out, and it looks relatively clean from the light that shines in through the seam of the door. But you don't
let's
go in
go.
yet,
Wait,
unless you want to.
we should go in before people try to find out what the hell just happened with my yelling.
All right.
Yeah, you.
I'll go in.
Okay. So when you go in, like I said, it's even smaller inside because the outside of the building was 8 by 8. This is even smaller than that because of the walls of the stone. And what you see immediately is a very clean stone tomb with a single sarcophagus in the middle that is peaked like a house would be. And from what you could tell, it all comes to one center point from the four corners of the sarcophagus.
Alright.
So you walk inside, and immediately that's what you see. And it's up to you if the other people are going to be following you in, and you guys are going to close the door behind you. But it is quickly... you can quickly tell, however, there's no way that you can squeeze four people plus Winter in here.
Oh shit.
Does it lead
Where's
down
the-
further? Or is that it?
I'm hoping the sarcophagus
Immediately, that looks
moves.
like this is it.
Hurry! Grab everything around here. Look for secret passageways. Maybe there's something around. I don't know.
Is there there's no one
Grabbing
there.
at candle fixtures. Anything I see, I'm pushing buttons. I'm touching all the stones.
I'm like
I
standing
don't know what's going
outside
on.
with Winter
So,
watching this.
as you're looking around trying to find like things to grab, the first thing
Uh-huh.
you notice, Kareem, when you step inside, is that on the wall there is actually like kind of like a torch that is in its sconce, but is half used, but it's unlit at the moment.
Okay, I pull it down. I pull it sideways. I pull it to the left. I pull it up and down. I pull it everywhere.
You don't know your own strength, and you actually break it. And now you're just holding like the metal and the torch in your hand. You're like, oh shit!
It's just
But,
about to happen, right?
Nothing happens when you break it off the wall.
Kareem.
Well, we can light it now. It'll probably get dark in here.
Well, it wasn't lit in the first place. The only light that's actually coming in right now is from the day, from the sunlight outside.
I'm in the panic. I start touching all the stone walls.
Yeah, you're doing that, but you don't immediately see anything.
And there's no one in there either.
You can make an active investigation check if you like.
Okay, let's do that.
Let's look around.
Oh,
Okay,
yeah, I don't know.
so both of you with 16s, you can tell that there's the lid to the sarcophagus is definitely can be moved. And from what you can also see, there seems to be a light tracing of dust and debris, very, very tiny debris, all around the bottom rim of the sarcophagus.
We gotta push it.
Yep, that's what I immediately start doing.
You want to open a coffin?
Well, I can push things.
So, just so I understand, what are you pushing, the sarcophagus or the lid?
The sarcophagus.
Yeah, I'm following Kareem's lead.
Not the lid, the sarcophagus.
So you start pushing on the sarcophagus, and you quickly can tell Zinfel that it is part of the floor.
Oh.
Alright. So the lid. The lid.
I'd rather make that mistake than the other one. 'Cause what if we open it up and there's a dead body in there? That'd be pretty effed up.
Hoping it's a staircase.
Okay.
With a mummy.
With,
Not a mummy.
With Thornburr and Kareem using their mighty strength to, move the lid itself, you are able to shift it, and it lifts right off. And immediately, what you could see is that the lid actually covers a hole that leads to a lower level of the tomb. You don't see a body in there, but you actually do see a stone staircase that leads down into flickering torchlight.
Wait, how the hell are we gonna get fucking Winter in here? Wait, this.
With the squeeze, you can get Winter down in here, but he can't be in the tomb itself in the
With all of
mausoleum
us in
with
it.
all four of you as well. But one person could lead Winter down.
I could lead him down.
You might have to shave a little off his antlers, though. I'm just joking.
Very sharp.
All right, so
They regrow.
you can actually hear voices. Anybody who's still outside of the tomb, which
Yeah,
would
that's
probably be
me.
Zorana and Winter, you can hear like voices saying, hello? Like, it almost sounds like somebody speaking in common, and you can, in the distance, also hear like the sounds of their armor. But they haven't seen you yet. So, who's
Scramble!
going down?
I'm running down
Yeah.
that too.
So you're going down there?
Me first.
Kareem first?
Going down.
Who's,
Yeah, I'll be
who's
right
second?
behind. Thornburg
All right,
behind
Thornburg second. Zinfel, you're following, I assume?
I'll
Okay.
go in and lead Winter.
Okay,
And close
considering
the
that you guys decided to act fast, you you squeeze a Winter in there, and then you shut the door behind you, just in time. So with Kareem leading the way, like I said, you're down, like you go down a few stone steps, actually a long set of stone steps, to a second underground level that is lit by torchlight. And from what you could tell, it looks like a large open room. And standing there is a pale, wispy woman with thick black hair. But near her, in a defensive crouch, is something huge and construct-like. I'm going to show you kind of like what it looks like.
Oh my.
It's a social construct.
And the ceiling's like kind of like really high. So imagine like you kind of went down to a basement level, and you don't see any windows, but you do see a few flickering torches on the wall. And like I said, this thing, this creature, what is otherwise known as a shield guardian, is crouched in front of her in a defensive posture, and she's kind of like half behind it. And I'm going to show you what she looks like.
We didn't come up with a plan.
You guys see her, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
She says, "Who are you, and what are you doing here?"
I give her a nod, and then I let Zinfel do the talking.
Oh. Um.
You notice she's got like a spell in one hand, and the other hand's not clutching a book. It's actually clutching some sort of amulet around her neck.
Show her the
We,
paper.
we mean you no harm.
Show her the paper.
We are looking to use the teleportation network.
She
The
says,
Harper
"What
teleportation
teleportation
circle?"
network?" Ah, so you claim to be Harper?
I nod my head,
Me too.
but I'm not talking.
Yeah.
She says, "Well, why didn't you say so? Do you have the paper?"
Yes. This
Wait, doesn't
the
Emin
inner
have
circles paper.
You would have put it in the
You
bag.
can't have everything. Damn it.
it? Wait.
You would have put it in the bag,
mean-
right? And I have the bag.
So actually,
Right.
no. See, this was given to you do have it in your possession, Zinfel. It was given to you by Lord
Oh.
Talabat when you were in the manor meeting with him privately.
Excellent. All right. Yes. Pull out that paper.
And your pin. She looks at you expectantly.
I see. Wait. How do I know you're Harper? Where's your
She kind of looks like a little taken aback by that. She says,
Do you have an illusion magic?
I am Harper, this is my pin. And she actually pulls out something from. Actually, she shows it to you under the shawl of her, under the fold of her shawl, which was kind of half hidden there. But you see that when she pulls up her collar, you can actually see it pinned.
Okay. I take a good look at it. A really good look.
Like you get
Nice.
closer. As you get closer, she doesn't let you get like closer than 5 feet because of the huge construct in the way. But since you're taking a very, very good look at it, go ahead and make me a. And we're gonna say you need to make an active investigation check.
Uh,
She's a
They always
fraud.
lie too.
15.
All right. Good.
Okay. All right. Mine is in the bag. So I go to Zorana.
She gives
Have
you
her
like kind
open.
of like a suspicious furrowed brow look, but go ahead.
I turn around. I go look like I'm rummaging through the bag. And then
Make me a deception, actually.
deception.
shit.
Yeah, deception.
You have a token. You have a token. Use your advantage token or whatever. Please.
All right, fine. I have one token left. Let's see here.
uh,
How do I use this thing? There.
Please roll 20 gods.
Deception. 15 deception.
15
Okay.
deception.
shit.
I mean,
Could be worse.
All right, give me 1 second.
Doesn't she have to make like a
Major
I'm making it.
image.
an
Okay.
intelligence?
So she doesn't say anything. She waits for you. You could tell that there's a very suspicious look on her face, but she's letting you get whatever it is that you need to get out of your bag.
All right. And I, spend an action, cast major image, and I'm trying to make a duplicate of what I just saw.
Oh.
Okay. So is major image? Let me look it up because I need to see what components it has.
A bit of fleece. I put it up, so it's my 3rd level spell.
So it has verbal, somatic, and material components.
Yes,
Um,
yes. I'm doing all
so-
kinds of things.
Right.
Stealthily, perhaps. Stealthily.
I'll check.
I like spells.
All right, I will allow a stealth check on it to kind of quietly cast this with your back turned, making the minor hand symbols to basically cast it. But it's gonna have to beat her perception.
Oh.
It's not going to work.
Wait, she's bad perception. Okay.
I hope. It's got to be really
Maybe she'll
bad.
roll a 1.
I rolled terribly. I rolled a 2.
Uh,
I'm going to use my dice.
fuck.
I don't have anything else.
Wait, somebody make a distraction. Hurry.
She says, she says, "What are you doing over there? Why are you casting a spell?" So she hasn't completely caught on yet, but she definitely knows that you're casting something. But you do, in that time, because it's only one action to cast a spell, you're able to get your spell off. But then again, she just asked you a question.
I keep it in a very special place. Here. I don't want anybody seeing it.
All right, give me another deception.
Sure.
That's a very good
Uh,
idea.
I can't help.
Nope. I can't deceive. I have the worst charisma in the party.
Wait, you have a -1. Wait, what?
Yeah.
The heck?
Everyone is better than me. I don't know why I'm talking.
Oh,
Ah,
unlucky.
fuck.
I don't believe you. I think you're lying. He says, you tell me who you are and who you are now. He says, well, my shield guardian will attack and rip you to pieces. You and your friends.
We don't want any trouble. We just want a simple teleportation to the Neverwinter.
Why? And how did you get that sheet of paper?
Well, to be honest, the guy in our group who
Told us to
Should be the
come
one
here.
We
talking.
travel with the Harper. We are not Harpers.
kind of disappeared this afternoon.
All right.
True.
So, considering that it's Thornburn and Kareem talking, one of you can make a deception with a advantage because you're both sort of
What's
lying.
your charisma, Thornburn?
I'll go ahead. It's
Don't
plus
medicate
3.
this.
Oh, yours is much better. Much better.
Oh my gosh.
Still
Not
not
good though. What's-
All right. So she says, he just happens to not be with you. Why did he send you by yourselves without him?
He
we
was
don't actually know. That's true. Because like we
Everything is true, of course. Not
mean,
just that.
It,
Kareem.
he was literally
He,
right behind us. And then when we got to the City of Dead, he disappeared.
Okay.
he's a mystery, that one.
I don't know why he sent us here without him.
Let's think about it, guys. What are we doing?
We're the Stone Sworn, and we're just trying to protect the realms here. I don't know if you've heard about all these giant attacks, but we need to get to Nightstone to continue our mission.
You mean Everwinter?
Neverwinter. Sorry. I didn't think about it.
I was about to say, this teleport. She says, Nightstone you could walk to. You don't need a teleportation circle for that.
Yeah. I'm
Says,
sorry, my comrade.
So your
was
friend
right.
just happened to let you go on ahead and disappeared behind you at some point, eh?
Well, it's
Actually,
more that
yes.
we just happened to
Definitely.
let him go off behind and disappear somewhere.
He's a.
How did you
Doing
let
the
him
groceries?
disappear again?
Are you aware
Says,
about the giant attacks?
I know
We
something
have-
about them. Yes, they came here not some time ago. She says, cloud giants in a castle above. They left shortly thereafter. They did not stay for long. For what I know... Why am I discussing this with you? That doesn't explain anything. I should be the one asking questions.
Well, we're trying to give you information to help the Harpers, to show our goodwill. We are trying to help the realms. Isn't that what the Harpers do? There's been hill giants attacking Golden Fields. There was cloud giants attacking Nightstone. We hear that fire giants were in recently found in where is it?
Tripod, I think.
Somewhere.
Somewhere, yes.
Hold on. Those are very long.
It was Tribor. It was in Tribor.
Oh, Tribor, yes, you're right.
Tribor. I have heard of this hill giant attack on Golden Fields, though. Very well. How do I know you don't work for the Zentarum or some other nefarious group?
We don't like-
Sleazy
Killed
bastards.
some farm.
I crack my knuckles. You know, I could cast a zone of truth around us.
This is now your thing.
All right, I'm gonna say between between either Zinfel or Thornburg can make a persuasion check with advantage.
After
I'll
you,
go
my
ahead.
friend.
There
Oh
you
no!
Much better.
Thank you.
She says,
Probably not good enough.
Fine, fine. I still don't like the idea of you walking around with this sheet of paper, so I'm afraid I'm going to have to take it from you. She says, but I will grant you one teleportation. To Neverwinter,
Thank
you
so
said?
much. Yeah, just Neverwinter, right? Neverwinter, not Night and Stone. Yeah, Neverwinter.
Never went there.
Yes.
She says, are you
Most
sure?
The shortest we've ever been.
If you truly wish to help the Harpers, you should seek out a contact there. The Harpers are not very strong in that city, though. Our presence
we'll
is
make
not
it
well
stronger.
known.
Who is strong in that city?
I do not know. I am not from that place, but I can give you the name of the contact you'll meet on the other side.
Okay.
That would be helpful.
Yes. Anything not to get assaulted on the other side.
She is a half-elf, a mage like I. Her name is Sandis Thunderquill.
Can you
That's a
spell
fancy
that?
name.
Oh, I got
She's,
it wrong.
Perhaps she can point you in the right direction. Good luck, however, convincing her that you belong.
Ugh.
I do appreciate it. And we're sorry for the
Good
trouble.
luck. We usually don't break into tombs. I swear
long have
this
we
is
been
like
talking?
a one-time thing.
How long have we been talking about it?
About 10 minutes.
Okay, I want to use my new ability. I'll write it down. Don't worry about
Ability.
it. There's a
You
know
get a
your
shield
enemy.
puncher?
No. After you observed 1 minute out of combat, you know their stats are either equal, superior, or inferior to 2 of these stats, and I have a bunch written down.
Sure, sure.
I can ask her. Well, I was wondering what her, or what's her class level compared to mine. So I'm like level 7. Like, where's she at? And what
Alright.
her, what her AC is like compared
Did
to
she
mine.
get a saving throw or anything against this?
No, I just observe her.
No saving throw.
No, there's no saving throw. It's called Know Your Enemy.
Really? Alright.
Yeah.
It's in there. It's in there.
I get. I get to know if it's inferior.
Class level
equal?
compared to you? Oh, it doesn't actually tell you what the difference is?
No.
It just tells you better or worse or equal?
Yes.
Okay, so
Better,
her
worse, or
class
equal
level
to
is
what I am.
higher than yours.
Okay. And
And what
her
was the second
AC.
one?
AC.
Her AC is lower than yours.
I figured.
Her AC is huge.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know.
Have heavy armor. She's in a robe.
There's not much I could have done. But okay. Okay, cool.
Alright? Okay. She says, very well. So she begins to cast. If you could just step to the side and try not to get in the way.
It's a bit of a tight
Oh, and
squeeze.
before I begin, and she pulls out like a little notebook and kind of a quill and some ink. And as you're looking around this place, it's kind of weird because like there's no living quarters that you can immediately see. Like it's just kind of like a big empty room. And it just seems like she was waiting down here for you guys.
Lich.
But anyway, she so she does have like kind of like a little ink pot and a quill. She says, "I need your names, just so that something like this doesn't happen again."
Thornbur Throkenwit.
Serrano.
Frank. Frank Sinatra.
You can make me the same. Wow, Sinatra. Frank Sinatra. She says, "I do not think that is truly your name."
Okay. My name is Karim Ansar.
And she turns to Zinfel and she says, "And you?"
Zinfel Emberbrand of Neverwinter.
Oh, I'm of Nightstone. If you're writing that down too.
No,
I'm from Mohorand.
This is Winter.
All right.
Last
Please
name
step to the
Elk.
side.
Trying to squeeze over.
It's very roomy down here in the
It's
basement.
roomy. Okay.
But as she begins to cast the spell, which takes her about a minute, she draws on the floor a 10-foot diameter circle that's inscribed with sigils that are in a very specific pattern. It only takes her about a minute to complete it. And then when she does so, and she puts the last finishing touch on it, you see that it begins to glow like a shimmering white blue that almost looks like it's on some sort of ghostly fire. She says, "This will be unpleasant, but please enter the portal. It is... You must do so quickly."
Can I make a mental note on those sigils?
You know what? I will allow you to make an intelligence check to try to remember that.
Okay.
The DC's not easy. All right. You try to commit the sigil to memory, but considering you only have the 1 minute to look at it and the one round to get into the circle itself, you probably missed a couple of details.
Okay.
She does take the paper from you.
Yes.
Does anybody not go inside?
I'm going in.
I'm going in.
I'm
Okay.
not gonna screw up anything anymore. I'm going inside.
Don't attack her.
I do disarming attack.
Oh man.
I'm just,
So Zinfel, if you could cast higher level magic, you probably could have committed that symbol to memory, but it's just way beyond your expertise right now.
Oh, sadness.
So when you step inside, the first thing you feel is this gut wrenching, like almost like you're in a free fall, and everything just kind of stretches to impossible lengths all around you. And just as quickly as the feeling comes on, you feel yourselves apparate to another place practically instantly. All right.
Oh,
What you find yourself in is a dusty, dirty attic, in what looks like a place swimming with dust motes, sunlight streaming in through foggy, soot-covered windows. And you can see that it is extremely cluttered up here, except that there is a clear area, 10 feet in diameter, where the circle, the ghostly bluish white fire of the circle like evaporates right before your eyes as you come into focus. And you're left up here, surrounded by trunks, the bust of, some sort of thing that people would use to make dresses and clothing. You see trunks and other sacks that haven't seen use in a very long time. Looking around, just trying to get your bearings, you see that there is a railing and a staircase that leads down to a lower level. But from what you could tell, you seem to be, like I said, on the attic of some house out in the middle of nowhere. But Zinfel, the first thing you do is you look out the windows, and despite the soot-covered and difficulty in seeing out of them, you can immediately recognize the rooftops of Neverwinter.
Oh,
Where are we? Are we there yet? Fuck. Holy shit. I think I'm gonna
Is it just
throw
me
up.
or is it really blurry?
No. Looks.
I mean, it's just loading in.
Oh.
Oh, there we go. There we go. I'm loading in. I was really
Stormbird
confused.
just dry heaves a little bit.
So there's no lights currently on up here. And
holding that
considering
candle?
now you have like a 500-pound elk with you guys who's kind of like clanking everywhere with his hooves, he's making a lot of noise. He he rubs up, like, obviously he does not feel well from the teleportation.
Winter, calm down!
Zarana, and he starts kind of like bucking, and he looks like he's trying to get out of here. He actually stabs the bust with his antlers,
Winter, stop it!
and now it's like
calm down.
stuck on one side of his head. And he's like trying to shake it free, and he looks like he's freaking out because it's just so cramped up here.
He's
Handle your animal!
And then you hear a female voice downstairs, kind of very nervously asking, "Oh my God, the gods! Is somebody up there?" And you see, or you actually hear what sounds like a kind of like one of those staircases that goes in somebody's ceiling, and you pull down on them, and it would lead up to the attic. Anybody know what I'm talking about? It's like one of those staircases that leads up to the attic, but it hides in the ceiling of the lower floor.
It's like a pull-out ladder kind of thing.
Like a pull-out ladder type of thing. Like you hear the clank of that being pulled and opened. And what are you guys doing?
Just trying to calm down Winter.
handle your animal.
Yeah. Why don't you make me an animal there, Zarana?
Oh,
It's really bad. He is
Interesting roll.
freaking. You don't have advantage on this, right? I'm just asking, right? You don't like normally get advantage on handle animal checks?
No, I mean, I'm training it, but I don't think it means I have an advantage.
Okay. So, yeah, he is freaking the fuck out. He like kicks open a trunk. He's like knocking shit all over the place. You're like trying to chase him around. You know, he's
hit in the
just
face.
busting. The woman's like downstairs. Whoever this woman is, you can hear her voice. She's like, she's yelling. She says, "What's going on up there?" And what are in the meantime, while Zarana and Winter are doing that, what are the rest of you guys doing?
Oh shit!
I'm looking around.
It's kind of hard to see anything at the moment because he's freaking out.
Is there
Anything
exit?
shiny?
No, this place looks like, you know, your grandmother's house.
Your grandmother's
There's
out.
no exit in my grandmother's house. Oh no!
Oh no, there's definitely an exit. Like I said, there was a railing that seems to lead down to this staircase that just opened up.
Yeah, I guess I'd start walking towards the opening.
All right, so ducking under, you know, Winter's flailing antlers, you manage to make your way over to the staircase, where looking up at you is a half-elf woman with fair skin, and spectacles on, although they're much fancier than the priest's spectacles. And I'll show you what she looks like. Just give me a second. She's looking up at you, and she seems really surprised.
Howdy.
Uh,
Cindy say?
Winter, it's okay, Winter.
She says, "Oh, hello," and you can tell Thornbird that she kind of blushes upon seeing you. You see her cheeks get really, really rosy, and then she kind of puts her fingers up to her face. She says, "Oh, you must have used the circle. Come quickly. What is going on up there? Why is there so much noise?"
Oh, sorry. We have an elk. An elk?
Giant elk.
He doesn't really know.
Normal-sized elk.
He's not a great house guest, but he's a really nice guy.
He's like mooing and fucking whatever noises elks make.
It's a terrifying noise if you've ever heard it before.
You have a paralyzation spell. Something to knock it out.
Oh,
Is anybody helping Zorana calm down, Winter?
Winter.
I'm fleeing.
You're fleeing? You're like kind of hanging out.
I'll help.
You want to help her?
Shield dash.
Winter.
No,
Why don't you
Don't
make me
whip
another
him.
animal handle check with with advantage this time?
okay, I'm gonna whip into the air. I'm not gonna
Whip 'em.
nowhere near him. Into the air and try to make some noise.
Oh my god.
All right. Well, with the sound of the whip, he kind of like freezes for a moment, and his like big eye like focuses on you for a second, and he actually does look like he's kind of calmed down, and then Zorana just like gently strokes his neck to calm him down. But meanwhile, Thornbur and Zinfel, you guys are looking square down at this woman. She says, "Oh, come quickly! Come down from there. I don't know how you're gonna get your elk down though. These stairs are kind of old."
Are they big
Where-
enough of a hole?
You could probably get him down there, but he'll have to squeeze. But it is possible.
It's pretty big antlers.
All right. I'm gonna put that on my spell to-do list. Reduce. I need to find a
Or
reduce
polymorph.
spell.
Polymorph would be good too.
Polymorph would also work.
I can't cast that. I could cast reduce. I just need to learn it.
Could always invest in potions of diminution. So Thornbur and Zinfel, you start heading down the steps.
Yes.
Yep.
Okay, and
After winter gets calm, I'm gonna start heading down there too.
sure. So you and Zorana take Winter and calmly lead him down. You in the front and like Zorana in the back, kind of like pushing him down with with her hands on his butt. And it is as you guys get down to the lower level, you could tell that you're on a multi-level house that is very old and creaky and smells like an old dusty library. The smell of like parchment paper is very, very thick in the air, but you could tell like somebody lives here. Like this place is very lived in and very old, and from what you could tell, Zinfel, your best guess is that this is a house that currently is in the Chasm district of Neverwinter. Probably some overlooked family home that's like stood here for like 100, 200 years. She says, "Welcome." She says, "It's not every day that somebody uses the Neverwinter Circle. In fact, I don't think I've had a visitor here in months." She says, "I'm Sandice," and she turns to Zinfel and she shakes her hand very vigorously. She looks at Thornbur and seems very, very shy. And she says, "Who are you?" Her eyes are downcast and she's very, very red.
Thornbur Throcum was the name. Don't be bashful. It's all right. I'm a nice guy.
She kind of like bats her eyes and, shyly, bows her head. She says, "Oh, nice to meet you, Thornbur."
Pleasure to meet you.
Oh my, that's a big elk! As as Zorana and Kareem and Winter come down the steps, and Winter is like, he's like reeling, man. He's like, "Holy fuck, where the fuck am I? This is super claustrophobic." He is not liking this at all. And you can imagine, like the place where you are right now, which is kind of like a hallway, is also very tight and cramped, and the hallway is like cluttered with like bookshelves and like a small, not a night table, but like a table that you would put in the hallway, and it's like got a ton of shit on it, a lot of little tchotchkes of cats.
It's pretty much like bringing a horse into a house.
Yes, pretty much.
With
Get
big
Winter
horns.
outside.
Is there a way we can maybe move this outside? I don't think Winter likes small places.
Yeah, of
Yeah, he doesn't
course.
really- he-
Sure.
He
You'll have to go down the
poops
steps. We're on
randomly,
the third floor, though. He lets out a big
Oh.
poop right now.
Winter shits
Her
himself.
face kind of like turns into disgust, and his shit is rancid.
Oh.
I'm so sorry.
Yeah, we'll
But,
clean that up. We'll clean that up.
So she's just trying to like make it as get Winter like out of here as quickly as possible, and she says, "You want to go to the front door or to the backyard?"
Lead the way, anyway. Backyard
Anywhere
sounds
outside with
Backyard.
trees. I like trees.
So she with
Out the window.
with her guidance, you're able to go down the steps as quickly as possible. He's knocking over things. He's broken the railing off the stairs in a couple of places. But after an arduous and struggling 10 minutes of him stabbing the walls several times and raking his antlers along them, you finally managed to get him through the back door and into the backyard of this. Like I said, very old house in the Chasm district. And she's just like, everybody's like huffing and catching their breath. And Winter at this point like seems to have calmed down, but he is definitely like shaking with nervousness as Zorana's just trying to console him.
I give him a little twig to munch on.
All right.
Poor Winter.
Well,
Oh,
should we
my name
go?
is Sandise. Sandise Thunderquill. You're with the Harpers. What's going on? What's the mission?
It's a very secret mission.
We'd love to tell you, but
Harper business, you know how it is.
Make me a deception check.
Really?
Oh yeah, but I'll give you advantage.
Yes. Of course.
Secret mission, right? Oh, one of those. It's okay. You don't want to tell me. I get it. I'm just the person who cast the teleportation circle. Nobody tells Sandise Thunderquill anything, right?
it's really not that exciting.
She says, "Are you going to be in the city long?" She says to Thornbur, shyly.
I don't think so. We got some giants to slay, so
Her eyes go wide. She says, "Giants?" She like stutters the G in it. She says,
Oh,
"Here in
yeah.
the city?
no.
How is everybody not talking about this?"
No.
You've seen giants in the city?
Pretty sure someone would see giants in the city.
Well,
Yeah, no.
where are they if they're not in the city?
Yeah.
Around the city.
We've seen them around.
They've been.
Fought a couple, killed a lot. We're pretty tough.
Wow, you must be so powerful and strong. I don't get any action. Any combat action.
Just have to touch it.
It turned bright deep red. Her hands over her mouth. I'm sorry.
I'll tap her on the
It's just that I
shoulder.
don't get many visitors here.
It's okay.
This house is very old.
It's okay.
Anyway, maybe I can make some
done
tea. And she like runs inside. You think you hear her sobbing?
Oh my gosh.
My wife is laughing.
I go to Thornburg. Thornburg. You have to take one for the team, man.
How so?
What do you
We'll
mean?
come back in a day. Don't worry.
Relax.
We already left Emin behind.
So just
lunch or dinner. Take a load off. It's a nice city.
No,
So
we got business to do. We got business.
Okay.
You looking around your immediate surroundings, what you see is an overgrown backyard that clearly has not been tended to for probably the entirety of the year. Considering that in spring things are starting to grow wild back here, and you can see that there's a high fence that clearly offers a lot of privacy, but you do see that there is a gate toward the back of the backyard that will allow you to exit if you so wanted to.
Winter's grazing, eating some flowers.
Help with the lawn. That's very nice.
You, Zinfel, can tell based off your perception that Sandy seems to be talking to herself, chiding herself for being so stupid
Oh,
and embarrassing.
we should invite her out. Poor woman.
Wait, where are we going?
I think she likes you, Thornbear.
I'm not interested. But she was really nice. Don't get me wrong. She was really nice. Let's. I agree. Let's try and lift her spirits. Maybe. Zinfel, this is your home turf. Do you have a favorite bar that we might end up at later?
Sure. We could invite her out.
She seems a lot
What is
nicer
our-
than Thestryl.
Well, we didn't break into her,
I mean,
place, so.
kind of
Just
did.
broke half of her stuff.
And we shit in her house, too.
Somebody
Yeah.
get that?
Everybody poops, though.
Wait, this is a bad day for her.
I probably picked that up.
Are you still holding it?
No, I threw it in the grass.
We can use it in combat.
You
wash
definitely
your
didn't pick that up.
Put that in the bag of holding.
I had like,
There's no way you would have had time to pick that up.
yeah.
You left this steaming pile of winter turd up there, man.
Yeah, that's not like a small dog poo. That's
Wait, if we put that in the bag of
I
holding,
don't
we
know how
can use
big
it
Alex shit
in
is. Well, I probably do know how big Alex shit is, but that's not the first time that happened.
So you have a couple of free moments where she's not around. What are you guys thinking about? What are you doing?
Let's discuss our plan. So, Zinfel, we're going to return that book, right? That's our main mission here, right?
Yes. We'll need to head over to the next district, the Protector's Enclave. That's where my family lives. And hopefully my father is at home.
yeah.
Then I could deliver the book and the note. um, and see if he has any other information.
Was there any other things we were supposed to do here?
I don't think so.
It was just the book.
Yeah, that was the main thing. I need to catch up, and then we can head over to Tribor
Okay,
on our way
sounds
to
good.
Yartar to
We should
defeat
probably
some
tell
Aboleth.
Sandys we're sorry a lot. And I don't know
Well-
if she would even cast the teleportation circle for us again if we did need
What
it.
did the Harpers have for us to come here for? Any reason?
They didn't.
No.
Yeah.
But there was a
lied.
contact here.
Yeah, that's Sandys.
Yeah, that was the
That's
that was the
Sandys.
woman.
Oh,
who
it's the
just-
girl here.
That's Sandys.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh,
We could tell her all about the giants. She can alert
The
her
harp.
any Harper agents in the area. Keep a lookout for giants.
okay.
All right.
Maybe she'll have something for us.
Let's take a short break. Maybe 5-10 minutes. Actually, let's do
Okay.
10 minutes. Let's come back at 9:55.
Sounds good.
All right.
Okay.
I'm still fucking laughing. I was laughing all downstairs. I was laughing. Oh man. I don't get any action. Holy shit. That was so much fun.
Delicious.
Wow, kind of bitches. I mean, this is gonna be a pretty boring town if there isn't some mass something.
Well, we can meet Zinfel's family. Right? Or at least
If you would like.
whoever's here.
I'm here.
Oh.
I'm up to him.
Put that away.
Let's see.
Castle never. So, is it never there?
It's not a castle. I'll never be a castle.
I just did a search. I don't remember.
I like how it's the wall.
Call. Yeah, I know that, but that's not how I found it.
A city's gonna have a wall, Ryan.
Yeah, I think it was like an online search.
Like
Maybe it was like apartments for rent or something like that.
maybe the
website was
king of Neverwinter's orange or something. I don't know.
No. All right.
Hello.
Hello.
All right. So, Sandice rejoins you back outside. You notice that she's holding an ancient-looking porcelain tray with a fancy, like grandma teapot on it, with a tea cozy and all, and 5 teacups, all of various types. Like they don't belong to a set or anything like that. And she says, I hope all of you like some black tea. I have sugar too. And she directs you over to what looks like an old wrought iron like table covered in like leaves and twigs that clearly hasn't been used in some time. And she sets the tea tray onto the top of the table, and she says, "Please, take some.
Okay.
I'd like to hear more about these giants."
Oh,
Yes.
sure.
Well, they're very big.
Yep.
We first encountered them in a town called Nightstone.
Well, we
Cloud-
didn't really encounter them there.
Oh.
Well, you guys.
We
did.
encountered
Oh, well,
The
Hornbird
remnants.
did, I guess.
Yeah. They were shitting rocks on his house.
On the town.
Oh. Well, I'm assuming his house was crushed as well.
Yeah,
I don't
was
wanna
your
talk
house
about
crushed,
it.
Hornbird?
I don't want to talk about it. No, it was. I didn't. I lived in the temple with Haral.
Oh,
so
that's right.
We were
That's right.
we were lucky, but there were a lot of homes crushed and a lot of people crushed, and I'd rather not talk about it.
Oh, that's horrible. So this town, Nightstone, is that by Waterdeep?
Yep, just a little south.
Oh, I don't really know where you came from. Is that where you teleported from too?
Yep.
No,
We
yeah, we came from Waterdeep.
talked to Thestryl there. I
Oh.
like you a lot more than Thestryl.
Oh, thanks. She kind of blushes and smiles and looks down at the ground. You're not the first person to tell me that. Yeah. You know, she actually grew up in Thay. She like laughs really awkwardly and then just stops talking. She sips her tea. I hope you like it. It's Earl Grey, and there's some milk and sugar here too.
It's delicious.
Oh, thank you.
Quite nice. Thank you so much.
I'm
Very
sorry
nice.
that the backyard's such a mess. I don't really get outside too much. And like she kind of sniffles her nose and pulls out a handkerchief and then sneezes into it. It's my allergies this time of year.
Sorry, we broke
Oh, yeah.
half your attic and a bunch of other things and had winter shit in the hallway.
Oh, don't worry about that. It's nothing that a few minor spells can't clean up. Prestidigitation and mending on the walls and railing. It'll be fine. It'll just take me some work. Maybe get my nose out of the books for a little bit. It's been a
what a
while
waste.
since I actually casted some magic. I hope I didn't forget.
We're glad to bring some excitement then.
You like books?
I love books. Oh, I must have read every book in that house 2-3 times at the very least.
Whoa.
She says,
Whoa. What were these books on?
She kind of looks like really nervous for a moment, and like her eyes and go wide, and her face turns beet red. And she says,
Was there erotica? What's going on?
they're books about people, like men and women.
Oh my god.
The tea's really great, isn't it?
Don't worry, I've read a lot of those books as well.
Was there any knowledge books?
You're from here, aren't you?
That's
I can
right.
tell by
We're
your
famous
accent.
for those books.
Oh, wait a minute. Oh, you look. She says, "You can't be. Are you from the Emberbrand family?"
Yes, I am. Zinfel
She says-
Emberbrand.
Oh, she says, "Oh, the Snowbranch Paper Mill. They make some of the best paper in Waterdeep. Maybe the best. Wow. I've never met anybody from your family before, but I think I've seen your mother in passing once or twice. The person who taught me magic, he used to buy paper from her, and I think my spell book's actually from your mill."
Yes, there's a familiar scent in the air.
She says, I don't know what to say. This is pretty cool, actually.
Wow, Zinfel, you have a fan.
Yeah.
She'll sign something for you if you like.
I will.
10 gold.
No charge. She's a fan of paper, and so am I.
So wait a minute. If you said that you found giants or the remnants of giants in Nightstone, then what are you doing all the way in Neverwinter?
That's part of the mission. We've been trying to figure out bits and pieces. There were giants also in Golden Fields. We let Thestryl know as well. It should be something that the realm should know about.
Yeah, and we have to deliver this birthday card.
It's not a birthday card.
Is there other Harpers? Is there other Harpers in town, or is it just you?
Oh, there's others, but we don't have a really strong presence in Neverwinter. Mostly it's the Lord's Alliance that's the faction in charge around here, and some Order of the Gauntlet members. But right now, to my knowledge, I think I'm the only person that's actually a harbor in town. And you guys!
Yep.
Just nod.
Yes.
I'm glad to be here.
Harp on.
Well, I think it's great. I think we do need a stronger presence. I mean, definitely could use it. That's for sure, especially when giants are concerned. You know, I've heard a lot of stories, but I didn't really think anything of them. I thought it was kind of weird, but I don't get many visitors here, so she just starts rambling.
I have a question. How did you start becoming a Harper? What was the process like? For you, personally.
Oh, well, my master, his name was Nestor. He was one of the more powerful mages in the city, and I just apprenticed under him, and when he passed on about 2 years ago on his deathbed, he said that I should join up, and I decided to take the vow, and I've been a Harper ever since, but I haven't really gotten a chance to do very much of anything because they just stuck me in my grandmother's house and said that I was supposed to be casting teleportation circles here, and
Take the vow.
It's been kind of boring.
How was the vow like? Where did you go for that?
Where did I go? I mean, I just took it here, you know, at the house. I didn't really go anywhere special.
Makes sense. In the presence of another Harper, right?
Yeah.
Of course.
Nestor, my master.
Wait,
Rest his soul. All that.
Of course. That makes sense.
She says, "You're not from around here, are you?"
He's new.
I don't want to talk about it.
He's from Mulveron.
Oh,
We
you're
still don't know how
really
he got
far
here.
from home, aren't you? Mulveron's quite a distance away.
It is a
Like-
distance
like
away,
I
isn't
said, he's new.
How did you join up with the Harpers? What was your vow like?
it? Oh, it was amazing. There was big ceremony, lots of other Harpers around.
We were there. He embarrassed himself, but
Oh yes.
you know, that's him.
Oh. Why don't you guys make me a deception check? Either Kareem or Zarana.
Wait, I'm doing.
I already did it.
Oh, okay.
Wow. That's quite a long ways to go. Well, always glad to have more Harpers around. So what are you guys going to do next? Is there anything I could do to help?
Yeah. Have you noticed any disturbances anywhere?
Disturbances? Not really. I spend a lot of time indoors reading. Sometimes when I go out for food, I hear stories. I heard about some fire giants not too far from here in Tribor. Apparently they had attacked the town and were looking for something, and then they dug a big hole and pulled out a big hunk of metal and then just ran off with it.
We probably.
I don't know
check
too
that
much
out.
about this town. Is there any artifacts? Old, ancient?
She looks at you. She's like, not that I know of. I mean, there's stories and stuff like that. I mean, probably the most famous of them all is the Crown of Neverwinter.
Where's that at?
It's the crown.
What do you
It's-
think it is?
Supposedly,
Zinfel.
it makes whoever wears it like immortal, and they can rule Neverwinter, and they have the right to do so because the crown says so. I guess I don't really pay attention to politics and stuff like that, but I do know that Lord Dagal, he used to be an open lord and Waterdeep, and he's been supposedly getting quietly rid of any members of the Aglarond family, the true ruling family of Neverwinter. But whatever, I don't really know anything about that, so. She looks at Thornberry. How do you like your tea?
Delicious.
I hope you stick around a little bit longer.
We'll
Don't leave right
see.
away.
Well,
We'll see. We'll see. We're busy folk. We got adventures to do, things to conquer,
We do have some errands here. We might stop by.
people to save, babies.
maybe
to
we should
kiss.
make up to, what?
Babies to kiss. You never do that. That's
Baby.
like a very.
That sounds wrong. I don't agree with the baby kissing.
What the?
I like babies. Sips her
Feet to
tea.
wash.
All right. Well,
Do you have any babies?
no. There's no. I don't have any. No babies. She looks embarrassed and kind of sad at the same time.
Aw.
Okay. Well, this is awkward. You guys want to leave?
Yeah.
She looks even sadder when you say this is awkward.
Don't mind him. He's a jerk. Well, we might stop by back on our way out.
Might stop
You know-
by.
Well,
Do you
I
need to
have
use
something
the
that
portal again? I mean, I can put it on for you and lead you to any of the other spots in the inner circle.
yeah. We
I have
might-
something to spice up your tea.
Oh God, no!
No,
Not
put
the
that
mind
away.
player! Not the mind player!
Absolutely not. Don't listen to this guy. He's a ding dong.
He's a menace.
Okay.
Just kind of looks at all of you guys for a moment. All right. Well, I mean, I'm not really going anywhere. My job's here, and in fact, I probably should get back inside just in case somebody else uses the circle.
Yeah, well,
She sighs.
I'll take one of her hands with two hands and say thank you very much, Sandys.
Maybe
Oh.
I should give you a gift of
thank
some
you.
sort.
Zorana. A gift? Oh no, that's not necessary.
Oh no, don't take
Really?
anything from him.
If there's anything I could do to help, you just let me know. I mean, I'm here. Anytime you're free to stop by, especially for some afternoon tea.
Yeah, it was a pleasure to meet you, and I
When you say that, she like gets really bright, and, like looks up at you and smiles. It was.
I kind of lean in close and I say, charm is deceptive, and beauty is fleeting, but a woman who fears the gods is to be praised.
She just
And I
nods her
give
head.
And I give her a nod. Yeah.
Oh, I hope you come. I hope you come back.
He will. He will.
Take care.
So you say your goodbyes to Sandice and leave through the backyard gate. Is that it? I take it. She waves goodbye at you guys.
Finish our tea. Set it down.
So Zinfel, how did this chasm happen?
Oh, so
Do you actually know, Jake?
it broke open around the time when the volcano went off.
Oh, right, the volcano, of course.
You don't know about the volcano. Okay,
No.
you don't know about the volcano. So, yeah, there was a volcano. This is the Neverwinter River, and it stays warm. It's called Neverwinter because it never freezes. The reason why it doesn't freeze is because the heat from the volcano warms the river.
Thermodynamics. Of course.
Yes. But having a volcano nearby, it's in the forest, by the way. It blew up a couple of years back and kind of devastated half of the city. And this chasm opened up, and undead and horrible things started pouring out of it.
Longer than a couple of years back, but yeah.
Oh, a couple of decades back. Like 30 years or something like that. So,
That sounds awful.
yeah. So
That's
bad
scary.
stuff. But the new Lord has been cleaning things up.
Were you alive when this happened?
Oh no, this was before I was born. I've been helping to rebuild ever since I was a little girl.
What about the crown? Do you know anything about that?
Yeah, it belongs to the king or the Lord.
You're not gonna touch it.
What you do know about the crown is that it's missing. Like, nobody's ever seen the crown. The rumor is that it's missing.
Some think it doesn't exist at all.
Apparently, what you do know, it's enchanted to shield the wearer from extremes of heat and cold. It marks the true air of Neverwinter, and anyone else who dons the crown supposedly would be burned and frosted alive.
So I shouldn't touch it.
You really shouldn't.
Don't think
touch
you're the true heir of Neverwinter.
Well, I could be. Wait, no, probably not. Yeah, you're probably right.
Don't touch it.
Well, let's head back to your house, I guess.
All right, I'll show you the way.
Okay.
Show us the way.
Not acceptable.
All right, so you follow. You're kind of in the northern section of the chasm at the moment. You follow along the wall, which is roughly here on the map, and you enter through a gate in the center of it that leads you into the Protector's Enclave district of Neverwinter. You see a walled-off section called Never Death, which is the main graveyard of the city, and a number of other houses that pretty much resemble the picture to the left of the map. you see this gate right here on the map? That actually leads to Castle Never. And not gate, I meant bridge. And it's this bridge, the Winged Wyvern, that you're actually looking at.
The other two broken. It looks like that.
It looks broken. Ish.
Yeah, it's repaired.
cracked.
That's probably an old picture.
Because they kind of look broken on the other pictures too. Both of them. Okay.
So, as you begin to walk through the city streets, you can see that there are a number of city guard walking around, people doing their day-to-day business. Protector's Enclave actually looks like it is home to a variety of people, including other adventurers like yourselves that are going about to and fro. When you walk through, you're following a Zinfel who knows exactly where to go. And Zinfel, your house is kind of situated near the Hall of Justice, just a few blocks away from it, because your mother often sells at the Tarmaloon Trade House, which is up there in the north. And from this distance, as you approach that area, you can actually see what looks like a moat of earth floating high above the ground that's anchored to the earth via these large, thick, heavy chains, which you recognize, Zinfel, or you know that is the Moonstone Mask, which is that picture in the top. In the bottom right there.
Mm-hmm.
The Moonstone Mask is a very, very famous bar and inn.
Whoa.
We should go drinking
It's
there.
floating?
Yes.
It's floating and it's tethered to the earth via these thick, thick chains. And there is a bridge also that leads from the this bridge right here, that goes from the earth moat to the ground itself near the trade house. So as you approach the paper mill and home of Zinfel's family, the Emberbrands, you actually can see a sign that reads the Snowbranch Paper Mill.
Well, we made
All right,
it.
Zinfel, so you're home. You could describe the house if you like to, Zinfel.
It's a house
It's a house
with rooms.
with rooms.
Whoa, are those rooms in your house?
Oh my God! There's walls. Amazing. There's a door in the front.
So as you're kind of standing there and you're looking at it a little bit nostalgic, I assume it's multiple stories, maybe at least 2 or 3, and you can kind of see that off to the side of the house, is the actual mill itself, and you can see that it's there's kind of like a smoke rising out of a chimney, but you also can hear the sounds of and a very thick scent of trees. I guess tree sap or tree paper being made. I don't know much about paper making, but I imagine that this is what it would kind of look like. But out of the front door of the house pops out somebody that you recognize, Zinfel, as your uncle, Berrazan Emberbrand, who looks like a short, kind of rotund fellow with a mace hanging at his side, with a floppy hat, and he's kind of dressed pretty lavishly with like a rich purple cloak and a gold and green tabard. And he actually doesn't even notice you guys in Zinfel as he's walking out with like a bundle of papers and scrolls in a satchel underneath his arm. And he almost looks like he's about to like walk right past you when like he looks up and he seems really surprised to see Zinfel standing there with the rest of you guys. He says, "Oh, Zinfel!" He says, "Yeah."
Uncle
He almost like drops his scrolls everywhere, and then he he picks him up real quickly, or like gathers it under his arm real quickly, and then grasps you in a big bear hug. And he's got a very distinctive beard that's forked into 4 curled areas. You guys can see this picture, right?
No?
Nope.
I'll
Always
see
fashionable.
Oh, hold on a second. That's why.
It's only shared with me.
Yeah, it was only shared with you. There you go. Now you should be able to see it.
Oh, there you go.
It's like a
See the family
Tentacle.
resemblance? That's what I'd look like if I had a beard.
That is not what I pictured.
So he's got a very prominent holy symbol on kind of like a strap that goes across his chest. So it's not the holy symbol that you see in the picture. You can make a religion check if you like, but Zinfel, you know it's the holy symbol of Agma.
Oh, Uncle Barazon, it's been too long. You stop by for a visit? Oh.
Too long indeed, indeed, my girl. He says, what are you doing back so soon? I've only been gone for, how long have you been gone now, actually? I swear it can't have been more than 2 or 3 10 days.
Yeah, that's about right. It's about a month or so now. Got big news. A lot of stuff has been happening. Is father around?
Aye, he is. He is indeed. You have some news for him. Perhaps I should tell you this, but your father is not well. He's actually been quite bedridden. You see, he returned from a recent expedition quite battered and bruised, and somehow he managed to break both of his legs. He's lying in bed, healing at the moment.
What?
Don't worry about it. He's got proper medicine, and I've been doing my best to heal his wounds with my magic. Agma be praised. But, I should say that he can't move about so easily anymore. You know, getting long in the tooth and gray in the head and all that.
Oh, father.
This is terrible news.
Oh no, it's nothing to worry about. Ivaro is a tough man. I can assure you of that. My brother, he can take quite a beating. Nothing that he won't survive. But please, come on in. Let me. I'm Barazon Emberbrand. What are the rest of you folks named?
Hi,
And
my
he
name's
seems very
Rick.
comfortable around you guys. Like he's used to dealing with adventurers. Perhaps he was an adventurer himself.
Till he took it out of him.
Can I touch your beard?
Name's Thornbirth Brokenwit. Follower of Ilmater.
Well
Nice
met.
to meet ya.
A follower of Ilmater is always welcome here. He says,
I
My name's
smile and
Kareem.
nod.
I'm Zorana. This is Winter. He doesn't
welcome,
bite.
welcome. Good. Never was very comfortable about animals myself, but very well. I'm sure you can find an appropriate stable for your moose there, and
Ho, 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 ho. Oh no!
He's an elk.
Oh no!
oh, elk! I'm so sorry. I get them confused. I'm
It's okay.
like I said,
It
not very
happens
good
all the
around
time.
animals.
It happens all the
Uh,
time.
Never really understood the difference between moose and there's one female and the other one's male. I don't really know. Never seen one with
Close
a
enough.
white and blue pelt like that though. They're a very, very interesting breed.
Oh, he's just white. I painted him.
Oh, you put paint on an animal. But
Yeah.
anyway, I'm sure you've traveled a very long way, and you sure probably have much to say to your father. Very well. come, please follow me. And he kind of struts back inside. And then when you get inside, you smell that very thick paper smell immediately, like hits your nose. But you see a very brightly lit, very finely decorated home, like littered with books and maps and frames, along with a variety of other like objects and statues and other knickknacks from like all around the world. From what you could tell, I mean, this place looks like a treasure trove, like a little mini museum. And you can see that there is a like you're in the main like mill itself, and milling about doing work is a few people that belong to Zinfel's family. You see
They
a
belong?
yeah
Wait,
like they are Zinfel's family.
oh.
It's not slaves. We don't
I thought
keep
you had slaves
slaves.
for a second then.
Wow.
You see directing them appears to be well, from what you could tell, you see that there is a couple of you would say like people in their 20s, and another person that is clearly younger than Zinfel as well. It looks like a boy. This is your brother Althor, right?
Mm-hmm.
And another brother named Velathon.
Yes.
Was your younger brother, right?
Yep, that's the youngest.
Being led around by a woman who is clearly Zinfel's mother. She wears spectacles, but has got a very serious look on her face. And she's clearly very busy with work, and she barely notices when Barazon walks back in. Kareem.
No!
She says,
No!
Barazon, you're back already? She says, I just sent you off. Like, go get those scrolls sold. And then she stops like mid-sentence, and she looks up. She says, Zinfel,
Mother.
I wasn't expecting you back. And then she stops what she's doing, and she quickly goes over to Zinfel and gives her a big hug. And the two brothers as well, who look like very similarly dressed to Zinfel's mother, they come over and they hug her as well, and they kind of, are really elated and happy to see her. Kareem, you can't help but feel like a little pang of sadness from having not seen your family in so long.
Yeah. I mean, he's already not feeling well.
So, what are you doing here? Rihanna says.
It's good to see you all. Yes, I'm back.
Well, I'm glad to see you're back and safe. We hadn't heard any word from you. Didn't your father send you to Daggerford to get some sort of shipment? How was it down south? How was it outside of Winterfell? Her younger brother asks.
Scary.
And then, meanwhile, Rihanna is like looking at all of you guys, like kind of soaking you in, examining each of you.
I've made new friends, Mother.
I can see that. And she kind of like, her stance kind of changes, and she seems like she does not approve of you guys. But you don't get the impression, especially Thornburr, given your insight, you don't get the impression it's not that she dislikes you guys. It seems like she dislikes your type, which is probably adventurers. And she doesn't look too pleased that that Zinfel has returned with you guys.
Hello, we're adventurers!
She says, well met. My name is Rihanna. As you know, I am Zinfel's mother, and I'm the proprietor of this place, the Snowbranch Paper Mill.
We're Zinfel companions on the adventure that we're going on. My name's Kareem.
I'm Thornbur. It's an honor to meet you.
My
She
name's
looks at
Savannah.
Zorana. You left Winter outside. You
Yeah.
kind of like tied him to a railing. She says, "These are my sons. The older, Althor, and the youngest here, Velathon. They help me out the mill.
Oh, nice
And
to meet you.
they introduce themselves as well, and they give you bows, very polite bows. Althor's eyes linger on Zorana a little bit longer than than he probably should, and you see him kind of blush a little as well. Velathon just looks really, really like wide-eyed at both Kareem and Thornbur, and she says, "I'm sure you've all had a." I'm sure you've all had a very long journey. She says, "Let's get you some food and drink, and I want to
Sounds
hear
lovely.
what happened." Zinfel.
Oh yes. I will. But where's Father?
Barazan says, "Oh, I have business to take care of, so I'll see you later, Zinfel. I hope you stay long. Don't go leaving without saying goodbye."
I won't, Uncle.
And he waves goodbye, and they say goodbye to him again, and he walks on out. She says, "Your father has had it again. He thought he could take a trip up north," he says, "to the Dales, to find some temple or other. And lo and behold, he gets himself into trouble, and comes back with not only one, but 2 broken legs. And mind you, this is not the first time it's happened. Your father is getting very old, Zinfel, and he thinks that he's a spry adventurer. I keep telling him his days are behind him." And meanwhile, while she's saying that, she's fixing you guys like some sandwiches and getting you drinks, and the boys are helping out too. And they clear the table and they make space for you guys at what looks like a very large, like 6 or 7, like an 8-person kitchen table. Now the room is very, very open. Like you see that it's like workshop and home and sitting area and living room, like all in one very wide open space that's just broken up by pillars that support what looks like probably is a second floor where all the bedrooms are located. And then there's an open workshop area where you see reams and reams and scroll racks and other books all situated around in various states of completion and, and for sale.
That's a lot of paper.
Yes.
Alongside like raw ingredients as well. I guess paper sap or whatever the fuck. However the fuck you make paper.
Neither do I.
I imagine it's sap, and then like you have to dry it and roll it out.
Yeah, it's
Not sap, pulp is what I meant to say.
Pulp. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, but
Oh, so as I was saying, he's upstairs if you want to go see him. He's kind of bedridden, obviously, and he's taking time to heal from his wounds.
Didn't you have a package?
His old
for him?
bones don't heal like they used to, and we just don't have access to the high-level magic that we need to bend them, to mend them permanently and quickly. So he's got to take the long road and heal naturally.
yes, I must see him right away.
She nods. Go ahead. I'll try to entertain your friends. And she gives like a very mocking smile when she says that.
Oh, they'll relay you with all kinds of great stories of our adventures.
So the young boy Velathon, he's like looking at Kareem, and he's like, "Your armor is amazing."
You haven't seen the half of it. And I yell. Using
God damn it.
Look at this armor!
Everybody's like, "Holy shit!"
Son of a
Fuck,
bitch.
man.
Damn
The
it.
kid's just like, wow, that's awesome.
Can you stop doing that?
Brianna gives you like a really, really like scolding look of what you're very familiar with, having gotten it from your mom several times. And in the meantime, Althor, he's trying to, make small talk with Thornbur, kind of like prying into, where he's from and his religion. But you notice that he's kind of like only halfway paying to your conversation, as he's more just sitting next to you because you're close to Zorana. And he's like trying his best to like ignore Zorana and be like a little aloof, but like you can notice that like he's really trying to like make himself look better in front of her. Like he's straightening his back and he's like trying to give her his good side, and his eyes like occasionally dart over at her. Meanwhile, Zorana, you probably noticed this too. Yeah.
I just let him do it.
Yeah, I stand up and get out of the way. And I go over to the mom and I say, so those healing magics, do you know which ones specifically he needs?
She says,
I know some.
well, it's really his bones that need to mend. We need something powerful, like a heal.
I might be able to help. Let me follow Zinfel. See if I can. No, I can't do that.
I didn't think so.
It's probably, yes, the actual heal spell.
Pretty like true answer.
Yeah, I just realized what you meant by that. Yeah, okay. Maybe one day I'll be back.
You tried.
Natural healing is good too, Luckily, our bodies can do that. That's pretty cool.
It is pretty cool.
All right, well.
She just looks at you. She's like, right. She crosses her arms.
You gave a solid effort.
Why don't you sit down and have a sandwich, Thorn?
Okay.
I do. All right. So, Zinfel, you head upstairs where suddenly you hear Kareem yell out at the top of his lungs something, just as you're about to get to your father's room.
How many times can he do that annoying thing?
But yeah, as you open the door, you find your father laying in bed. You see that his legs are kind of propped up, like somebody's legs would be in, like if they were in a hospital. Like they're attached by straps to a ceiling, and they're covered in casts. Like paper mache casts. And he's there, and he's reading a book. And he's got like his spectacles, his bifocal spectacles that he hates wearing, but he only wears when he has to read. And he's kind of propped up on the bed with a lot of pillows behind him. And let me show you what he actually looks like. Just give me a second to edit this. Obviously, he's not wearing the armor that's in his picture. But you see, he's a dude that has seen a lot. He's got a number of scars on him. He's not an attractive fellow, but he's got like a certain charm about him, and he's gotten a little thick around the waist as well. But back in his day, when he was like at the peak of adventuring, he was quite the person to contend with. And but right now he just looks like a homely dad who's got two broken legs reading a book. And you can see his armor like on a bust in the corner of the room, and his very, very famous sword, Punctuation, on a rack like right above the head of his bed.
Father, what happened to you?
Oh, Zinfel. He at that point is when Kareem he's like, oh, who was that person that just yelled out there? They're with you, aren't they? He says, come here, and he puts his hands up.
I'll go over, give him a big hug. Those are my new companions, friends, fellow adventurers, actually.
He gives the hugest smile and he says, I knew you'd follow in my footsteps, daughter. He says, I'm so glad you're home and safe. He says, I want to meet your friends. Please bring them up when you get an opportunity.
Well, if they survive Mother, perhaps.
She could be a tough one. She's taking care of them now, entertaining them, I hope, downstairs?
Yes.
Good.
But,
were you able to get that? Yes. Well, I'll tell you about that in a bit. But so what happened? How was your mission down there?
It was long and boring and seemed like it was going to get fruitful, but then I abandoned it.
You abandoned it? What happened? I gave you one simple job to do, Zinfel. Something any adventurer with no experience could handle.
I know. But I got the most amazing news. I received word from Larius. You remember him from the ladies' college?
Yes, of course. I remember the elf.
Well, after all my struggles in studying magic and failing, he actually gave me the best news that I've ever heard, that I'm not a failure at magic. I was just being jinxed. Some woman, Jalora Sompril, she had some jinx placed upon me, so that all my spells were bumbled. And it was only upon reading his letter that I realized that I could actually cast magic. I've been enchanting my sword in battle.
Wow, that's excellent news. I had no idea. Jalora Sompril, you say? I have to have a talk with this woman and find out why she took it upon herself to jinx my daughter. I don't like the sound of this, Zinfel, but I think it's great news that you can cast magic now. That's fantastic. I never did manage to grasp it myself, but I'm glad to hear that you have.
Yes, and the excitement of it had moved me away from my quest. I was rushing home actually to come tell you, but then I got sidetracked and in a town called Nightstone.
Ah, yes, I've heard of it. Just a few miles away from Waterdeep, right? A day's travel.
Yes, and it has a giant stone for which it's named. It happens to be an ancient giant relic from the old kingdom of Astoria.
He looks at you when you say that, and he says, he laughs to himself. You can almost see he's got this not. He's like, I can't believe it. He says, that's amazing. How fate would do that to us. For Astoria, you say?
Yes. And giants wanted this stone for some reason. Cloud giants attacked the town, stole the stone, and left it partially in ruins. Goblins had overrun it, and that's when I stumbled in with my newfound companions, and we helped rescue the people. We did a service, protection, and we won that town back, both from the goblins and then later on from the Zentarum.
That's great news. Incredible, in fact. I'm so glad. He says, and you've managed to acquire yourself good companions to travel along with. He says, I hope.
Yes, they are very capable.
But are they good in their heart, Zinfel?
Very much so.
Good. I'm glad to hear
Sir-
of that. Tell me more.
Zorana is the sweetest person, yet fiercest person you've ever met. And Thornbur, there's nothing you can't respect about Thornbur. Kareem, well, he's a good guy. And then there's an Emin person that I'm not quite sure about, but he doesn't like people to know about him much. So I don't know what to make of him yet.
Ah, I see. All right. Well, as long as you trust them and they have your back and you have theirs, that's all that's important. He says, as long as you're doing some good in the realms, he says, you'll learn one day that having loyal companions at your side is all you can hope for. He says, when you are staring down the blade at your neck, and danger is all around you, and companions have fallen at your side, he says it's those companions that will bring you back to your feet to save the day. How I miss adventuring. If only I was younger in my years. I fear, though, that my time is at an end, Zinfel. He says, I just don't have the strength that I used to. But I'm more than happy that you're following in my footsteps.
Oh, thank you, Father.
He gets a little teary-eyed at that. I don't know what to say. I can't believe it, actually. I've been investigating more of this realm of Astoria myself, actually, quite for some time now. But recently, it has come to my attention that the giants have been more active on the Sword Coast, and I couldn't help but pursue some things that I've heard. In particular, there was an attack not far from here in Tribor. Although it is quite some distance away to the east, from what I heard, the fire giants had dug up some item of importance there. It says, rumor has it that they're looking to rebuild some sort of colossus.
Ooh.
Some ancient weapon that they call the Vonindad. I have no idea what it truly is and what power it can potentially hold, but this does not bode well. Giants, especially of the fire kind, are quite evil. And if there's anything that can be done to stop them, then I want to be a part of that. Or at least let the powers that be know. I've already told the Lord Alliance, but I decided to do a little bit of investigation. It says, I know of an old tower not far from here, where I heard of a map that can lead to an ancient temple to the giant creator god himself. It lies far to the north, near the Icewind Dale, somewhere in the mountains there. But lo and behold, I was at this tower, and it was being squatted upon by a rather large female, I believe she was female, brutish hill giant. This temple had a map upon its walls that I managed to make a copy of. And he gives you a wink when he says that. But not before this giant actually managed to slay the mercenaries I was with in a fit of rage and break my very legs. I just barely managed to get away with the mage I had hired, and he teleported us back here. That was that. I wasn't even able to continue on and search out the temple myself. But good news, I did get that map. And he points at the the weapon above him on the headboard. He says, and it's in there.
Oh, that is great news. That is going to help.
Here, put it off the
Make a
wall.
list.
I'll show you.
All right. I bring it down and hand it to him.
So he holds punctuation aloft, which is a beautiful, beautiful ancient rapier. And he says, watch. He takes the rapier and he kind of flicks it real fast. And as he does so, you can see him like this look of concentration on his face. And he projects what looks like a map right on the floor that comes right out of the rapier.
That's amazing.
That's the map that you see.
Ooh.
Ooh.
Except you don't see anything that says Raven Rock or Mirror Bar or anything like that. You just see the actual giant runes. But you read giant, so you're able to interpret what they say.
Wow.
He says, "Now I can tell you right now that that part that says you are here is definitely not where I was." He points down here at the tree that's kind of located near Neverwinter, and he says,
Okay.
if you were to go just east past the tree, almost halfway between Neverwinter and Tribor itself, that's where I found the old tower, where that hill giant was squatting, and the copy of the map, and the map on the wall.
Oh, that's excellent. Everwinter Forest. That's pretty close. So I may just have to complete that mission for you, Father.
He says, he like slowly smiles into a Cheshire grin. He says, I think just maybe you do. He says, maybe you and your companions can go there. You're already investigating giants. Why not take the opportunity and investigate some more?
Oh, we will. We definitely will.
He gives the rapier another flick, and the map disappears. He says, "Here, I want you to take this." And he twists, he turns around the blade so that it's hilt first, facing toward you. I think my days are done. And
No. You're. Let me get some paper. I'll redraw the map. Just bring it up again.
Zinfel, let me talk. No, you should have it. I need to stay here and keep your mother happy and take care of myself. My health is more important, and so are my children. Time should go to you. And he says that with a lot of sadness in his words. You can see like his eyes are very, very teary. You even see like a little drop come out of his left one, and he seems almost reluctant to hand over the blade. But then he thrusts it forward like a few inches, and he says, "Take it."
No, you still have a mission or two left in you.
Zinfel,
I'm sure of it.
take it.
Look, you even have some kind of secret mission in this note I'm carrying to you.
He grabs your hand, and he says, "I said, take it. Punctuation is yours."
Goes silent for a while, and reluctantly grabs the blade.
Although this is a really exciting moment for you, it is also pretty sad because he's, this is your dad. Like he's admitting to you his weakness and his age.
I'll find something to make you young again.
Don't be silly, girl. He says, I'll do what needs to be done for the realm, for the Sword Coast. Find out what's going on with these giants. He says, and get to that temple. There might be riches there. Bring them back. Especially if any books. He says, they need to be preserved.
Yes. Oh, I have a new book for you.
He looks at you. He says, a book?
Yes. And I bring out that package that I got from Maxine, along with her little birthday card. Birthday card came with it.
He looks at it very curiously. Next scene, you say. And he begins to unfurl it. And he unwraps it, pulling the twine off, takes the paper off, and pulls out the card, and he reads it. And then he kind of laughs to himself. And he says, she spelled my name wrong. But he gives you a wink. Oh,
You knew your legs were broken.
You didn't happen to read this, did you?
I could not.
He says, you could not or you did not?
I assumed there was illusion at play, but I did not delve deep.
Oh, Zinfel. Well, I should have you know that, yes, you're right. It is actually illusion. Do you want to know what it says?
Yes, that's why I ripped open the package. It was bound, and I showed her the crumples and the paper. It used to be all in this.
He looks at you for a moment, and he gives kind of like a long pause, and you see like this smile, this mischievous smile appears on his face. Something that you know your dad, like when he smiles like that, he's like up to no good. He's like thinking about something, and he's like, you know what? I don't think I'm gonna translate it for you. You say you can cast magic now? You
Aw.
figure it out.
But
I don't want to hear it, Zinfel.
I'm not very good.
How do you plan on getting the experience to be a famous adventurer like me? You get answers handed to you all the time. He gives the book back to you. You should take it.
Okay.
He says, there's a clue in there, though. I'll give you that much. He says, read the book that she gave you very carefully.
Yes, Father.
He nods. He gives a long sigh. He says, well, let me get my rest. He says, bring up your friends later, but or bring them up now, if you wish. Perhaps I can at least say hello. He says, and then I shall rest my eyes.
Sure. Yes. I'll bring them up.
And take
You
some
look-
time with that blade too. It is magical, as you know, but it does require you to bond to it.
Of course. Thank you so much. I don't deserve it.
He says, silence. You do deserve it. Now go.
Okay. Yes. And I leave and I rejoin the others.
Yeah. So once you bond with punctuation, I'll show you what it does. But in the meantime, you go back down the stairs. You put the book back in your bag, I assume. And punctuation, it has like its own hanger, so you can tie it. You can attach its scabbard, not scabbard, but it's like weapon ring onto your belt.
Mother, I don't think you need to worry about father anymore.
Welcome back.
Oh, meanwhile, the rest of you guys
You
are like.
okay?
You got like sandwiches in your mouths and like glasses of milk all around you and like a little tray of cookies. And she says, "Worry about your father? Right. I'll believe that when I see it." And then she notices like right away that you have punctuation on your belt. And then she gets this like beady-eyed look at you, like she squints her brow and just like shakes her head ever so imperceptibly. Like she's got like a really disapproving look in her eyes.
Not sure if good thing or bad.
She says, sit, have a sandwich. And make sure you don't leave without saying goodbye to your sister.
Of course, of course.
And then you see like she real terse walks away from the table and goes back to work. Althor and Velathon like look at you and just give you looks like you're in trouble.
I didn't do anything.
All right.
All right.
How'd it go?
How is your father?
He's been better. Yeah, he's been better, but he's doing okay. For the
You guys
first
do
time-
notice she's got a brand new rapier on her hip.
Yeah, nice sword. Wow.
That looks pretty.
Yes, it's my father's sword, and
When you mention that, Alethor and Velathon are like, "Holy shit, he gave you that!" Velathon's like, "You're so lucky! Oh my god!" Alethor just shakes his head like, "Wow, I can't believe it."
I didn't even get the sword. That's probably what he's thinking.
I blush a little, go a little meek. Yeah, well,
Did you give him the package?
I did, but he gave
what
it back.
package? What package? Velathon says. Yeah, what package? Alethor adds in.
Yeah, what package?
This.
Alethor just gives Kareem a nod.
That day, Max gave a book, had a book and this misspelled birthday message for my father, and he read it and then didn't tell me what it actually said, and he wanted me to figure it out. So that's what I gotta do.
Typical, Alethor says. Aww.
What a jerk.
Velathon. It's just a book. Velathon says, boring. Okay,
I know what will interest you guys.
Hey Velathon, hey Zinfel, can I hold that? And he's like pointing at the blade.
No, it's dangerous. But it does have a...
Please. I just want to hold it. I won't swing it around. I promise.
No.
Let the boy
Althor's
cry.
Oh, don't do it.
Maybe you could touch the hilt.
He starts getting really whiny, and Althor's like, "Come on, stop!" And he's like, "We got work to do." And he takes like Velathon by the ear, and he's like, "We'll talk to you later, Zinfel." Nice meeting you, everyone.
Yes.
His eyes linger on Zorana for a little moment. bye. And then he like walks away really quickly with Valentine, grabbing him by the hand. And they go to like help out Zinfel's mom with her work, leaving you guys around the kitchen table with your sandwiches and your tray of cookies.
Oh, cookies!
Lay
Oh,
off.
no way, make me like mom. So guys, this fancy sword I got has a map in it. That might be interesting to our mission.
To what?
Well, that's cool.
With the map of what?
A temple, map to an ancient temple of Anam. Oh God, I need milk.
Calm down.
I'm starving. This is good food.
This is really good.
Home cooking.
Sliced
sorry.
pork sandwiches, fresh lettuce, red onions,
Mm.
pickles, and some mayo. They're delicious.
And ham, right?
So what is our next action? Are we staying here tonight?
It's probably
think-
like
We
You
should.
got a couple of guest rooms that, you know, if they buddied up, if your friends buddied up, they can stay here.
Yeah, we have. There should be room here, and we should all resupply, gather anything we need in town, since we never really
did that.
gathered in Waterdeep.
Good idea.
And I start relaying to them everything, my father's mission, half-completed mission. I tell them about the temple and the hill giant protecting it, and point out that it's not too far. It's actually on the way to Tribor.
That hill giant he described, the only female hill giant that's probably we know of could be Ga.
But wasn't that in some other area?
Yeah, I think
True.
that was down south.
That was like somewhere off to the side by Goldenfield. What was it called? The Grudhog.
Maybe they're known to having big
Maybe she went up there
females.
to away from
Oh,
Grudhog.
maybe.
I don't know. They're giant.
I mean,
They
it is
have-
the same description.
They have big steps, you know. They could probably make it there in a lot quicker than we can.
Possible.
Maybe. Or maybe they have teleportation magic.
Probably.
Probably not. Maybe,
I figure
Well,
we
that
check it
sounds-
out.
Yeah, that sounds like a plan.
What are we gonna do about Emin?
Well, he knew we were coming here. Hopefully,
He
They'll
has
find
better
us.
luck convincing Thestryl that he's a Harper. Because I'm sure he's not gonna, obviously, he's not gonna know what we just did.
He's got to do 10 times better than whatever we barely got through that.
I think he's gonna have no problem at all knowing Emin. He probably even has a pin for some reason.
Dude, he
Knowing
probably
Emin.
can teleport.
Maybe that's what he was
himself.
doing. Maybe he was getting pins for us.
Just totally left them behind.
He's on his way here on his cloud car that he can make.
That's true. He'll find some way.
We'll stay here the night and yeah, maybe wait a little bit. Hope he shows up.
Well, is it nighttime yet?
No, it's probably just after lunch, maybe 2 o'clock in the afternoon.
Want to go shopping, friends?
I am still
Yeah.
queasy from teleporting, but I think walking around would do some good.
Oh, by the way, you left relics outside with the Woodwinter. So, 'cause I keep forgetting that you have relics. So you gotta remind me of that.
Yes. Sorry about that. Yes. Actually, I actually wanted to try and use some magics to convert her into an actual familiar.
Okay.
if possible. But I need to get some material components in order to do that. Some incense, I think.
Yeah, I think a bronze ball or something like that.
Yes. So I need to go shopping.
Sure. Okay, so Zinfel wants to go shopping. What about Kareem?
Yep, I want to do that too.
All right, is there anything in particular you're looking for?
I want to sell my old armor that I had.
Okay.
And I wanted to look in to the poisoner kit to see if I can.
Poisoner kit? Okay. Are you trained in poison? Proficient in poisoner's
Absolutely not.
kit? Okay. All
He
right,
wants
sure.
to learn.
Any particular reason why you want to look into the poisoner's kit?
I don't know, because that last fight was pretty cool. So he's interested.
Now he likes poisons.
Yeah, all right. What about Zarana?
Probably look for some potions.
Oh, that's a good idea, right? Maybe get
Oh, yeah.
some additional recipes. That'd be nice.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with Zorana. Maybe we can get some alchemist supplies as well.
Okay, that sounds good. So, do you guys want to role play all this out, or do you want to just talk it out?
I don't know. It doesn't matter to me either way.
All right, let's deal with Zinfel first, because you're doing something very simple, which is just buying the material components to cast a Find Familiar spell, right?
Yep.
All right, so you can just spend the money for that then. And
Okay.
then, in terms
Savannah,
of actually...
can I go into the bag and get 20 gold?
Yep.
That's right. Because you're broke, right? You got like no money.
Yes, I spent it all on this dress.
Before you reach in there, like grab her hand. It's not for dream mist, right?
Oh, yeah, don't remind us.
Dream mist. If only you can get another dose of dream mist. You sure you only needed 20 gold?
I could get a little more.
What did you need to get?
just some. I need some material components. Just 20 gold or
Okay.
200.
Well,
Whatever.
20 gold. I heard 20 gold. 20 gold. Here you go.
All right.
Yeah. So in terms of actually, making relics your familiar, you'd have to kill it.
What the?
I'm joking. I wish I could see your reaction.
What?
It's horrible. No, no, you don't have to kill it. It would just create a magical bond between you and relics, and then, it would become your familiar. But it would take you about, it'd be the casting time of the ritual itself would be an hour.
Yeah.
And then don't forget that if you want to attune to punctuation, that's also another hour. So you can take care of that now if you want.
Yeah, that's what I'm going to do.
All right. So we'll say that, after buying the stuff, that will take you about an hour to buy the stuff. You return back home. You cast your Find Familiar ritual on relics. So now she's permanently bonded to you per the spell. And then you spend the next hour attuning to punctuation, which I'm going to show you right now what it does.
And did you adjust the gold on the party loot? Because I didn't.
Oh, yeah, I'll adjust it. I have it.
Just wondering before I did it.
Yeah.
That's a kick-ass looking sword.
It is. Wow. Look at this thing.
It's blue.
Oh, that's a lot of stuff.
2,000 years old. Wow.
Oh.
I'll give you guys a minute or two to read that. I'll be
Oh,
right
no,
back.
no, no,
I'm gonna go to the restroom.
Okay.
Okay.
Poisoner's kit's actually only 50 gold and it only weighs 2 pounds. It's like pretty small. But I'm not proficient at all, so I'd have to use-
learn.
I'd have to learn from someone or something. I mean, I could get a feat eventually down the road that would help me with that.
That's ways away.
It'd be next level for me. But that would be a ways away. Because I think there's like something like skilled. You can gain proficiency in any combination of 3 skills or tools. To do that.
So you have a -1 to attack rolls, but you have a +1 to AC.
Yep. Fair trade-off.
All right. Okay, so Zinfel, I think you're all done, right?
Mm-hmm. That thing is awesome.
All right. So next up then is Kareem. I'll tell you what you last because
You're good.
you're doing
That's fine.
something really interesting, which is looking for a poisoner's kit, and, which isn't really legal. So
Lovely.
Well, that's something Cream would do, though.
so just give me a second. Okay, so meanwhile, Thornbur and Zorana, you guys go off in search of an alchemist shop or some sort of potion maker or something that can help you gain more recipes.
Mhm.
You do find you find a place called Ildim's Tinctures and Tonics in the Black Lake district, and it's actually pretty near Zinfel's house because she lives in kind of like a trade section of town, where a lot of the markets do business around the Tarmaloon Trade House. So going there, you actually within an hour you're able to find a gnome who has a a hobgoblin, blue-skinned bodyguard who silently just watches you guys as you're doing business with this rather interesting and kind of eccentric gnome named Ildim, who's opened up a shop here, who happens to fortunately have several recipes for sale as follows. So give me 1 second. All right. Oh, whoops. I should have actually linked up the alchemy stuff. There it is. No, still not it. It's on their players folder. There you go. Alchemy. So he's got the following for sale. Quite a bit of stuff, actually. He's got the rest of the uncommon items. Shit. Fucking
What?
closed that. I closed out of the game by accident. My finger slipped and it like hit the.
The X in the corner.
Just give me 1 minute. No, I hit one of my bookmarks.
Oh, close enough. Which recipes do we have?
There
We
you go.
have just the common ones, right?
No. If you click on that alchemy one that I thought I just
There's an alchemy thing under party loot. I don't know if that's the one. I don't know if
yeah,
there's
it's on there. It's in the players folder. Here, I'll just show it to all players right now. But anyway, what I've just posted in the chat log is what he's actually selling.
Oh, okay. Wow, potion of fire breath sounds pretty sweet.
And it costs what it costs in alchemical supplies. That's how much the recipe is.
Okay.
So you guys can take a
Oil
look
of
at.
slipperiness.
And keep in mind, if you actually like go out of your way to find some of these ingredients, you actually don't have to pay the alchemist supplies.
Okay.
Hmm.
Zoran, I feel like we should get a potion. We should learn the potion of resistance, maybe, because then we can prepare whenever we know. You know, like it's really cool having those potion of poison resistance,
Mm-hmm.
knowing that we're going to meet a green dragon. If we could just make those potions whenever we needed them,
Sounds like a good idea. We could get
that
one
would
of
be cool.
those. Potion of poison. Kareem did say he wants something of poison, but you know. Should we encourage
it's
Kareem's antics?
That's
It is cheap.
that's a good point.
We could do it. It'll put a smile on his face.
Yeah, I
We
mean,
get that
you
one
know,
too.
and he's gonna have to go through me to make it for him, so I'll be able to temper his wildness a little bit.
That's true. So we could get that. And the potion of resistance recipe as well. Oil
I can't say the potion of fire breath isn't attractive to me. I would be lying. But it's kind of necessary.
A little bit. A little bit.
So if I heard you correctly, you said that you're buying the recipes for potion of poison and potion of resistance?
Yeah.
Correct.
Okay. So just
Buy those two.
spend the gold out of the party loot.
So that's 175.
You might want to look up. So, potion of poison doesn't do what you think it does, but it is pretty cheap. But
Yeah.
Hey, what does this potion of poison do?
oh, a potion of poison. Well, you know, it looks and smells and tastes just like a regular potion of healing, but it actually is quite a nasty poison. It can kill upon drinking it if, you know, you're quite weak of constitution.
Mind Flayer.
Oh, God. That sounds pretty
Technically, this is
terrible.
what it does.
Wow.
So that's actually what it does.
Wait, that's pretty good. But you have to get someone to drink it.
Well, why not?
hmm
It's like a present for him, I
That could come in
suppose.
handy.
Yep.
Emmon
Let's do
could
it.
probably easily convince someone to drink it.
That's true.
So that is not a problem.
And we're sure we don't want the fire-breathing one.
Probably not.
Okay, all
Probably
right,
don't
all
need
right.
to.
I'm glad I have you
You
with
see the ghostly form of Serafino over your shoulder, Thornberg, just with her arms crossed, just shaking her head at you. Thornberg.
I can agree, it would look really cool. I could probably just draw a picture of you breathing fire, you know? Would that make you feel better?
It wouldn't hurt. It definitely wouldn't
Okay, okay.
hurt.
I'll put that on my list.
All right, I'll restrain. Let's just get those two.
Okay.
Okay. So, real quick with Kareem, you said the first thing you were doing was selling off your old armor?
Yep.
All right, that's not a problem. You can get half the value of the armor in gold back.
Half the value. Okay.
It is used and damaged.
But it's Mohorande armor. Come on.
Oh.
Mohorande armor, man. It is some special
It's
armor.
Let's see. If you make me a
Exotic.
persuasion check, you get 10% more.
15 minutes of work, save you.
Oh no! You actually end up getting 40% of the value of the armor.
Well, okay, so it's 75 gold. So what would then be 50% of that? Like,
50%, 40% of that? No, 50% of that is of 75 gold. I don't know. It's like 37 and a half.
so 37. Okay.
Yeah, and then because it's 11:30, I'm gonna stop there, and we'll deal your poisoner's kit the next time we play.
Okay. Damn it.
Sounds good.
All right.
Start off the next one by you going in the black market. Sounds good.
I will say,
Himself.
I plan on getting the feat next level, which might take forever. I don't know how long it's going to be taking until we hit level 8. But if I get level 8, my next feature I was going to get was skilled, which gives me proficiency in 3 things. So I could get proficiency in the poisoner kit. So.
There you go.
Sure.
You'll be learning over time.
So yeah, I figured.
If you do
as
check
we're-
the poison on your short sword, though, it is long since dried up and
I
flaked
figured.
away.
I figured.
He
He misses it.
Okay. He misses it. Sure. So I will keep that in mind. So we'll start off next session with you trying to look for a poisoner's kit, and the next time we play will be on June 13th.
All right, thanks,
Okay.
Joe. That was fun.
Awesome.
All right,
Thank
thank you guys for playing. I'm glad you enjoyed it.
Very
Yeah,
fun.
that was a good one.
Mm-hmm.
All right,
I'll see you guys next time.
I'll see you next time. Enjoy your Memorial Day. Enjoy your vacation, Ryan and Jay.
Yeah, have a good time.
All right,
Okay.
sounds
Good
good.
night.
Good night. Good night.
Night, guys.